something. They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage is safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. Down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Bust their head.
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. Got my... We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing, click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit, take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Invade your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle, I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick, not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. chopper get to roaring down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside, that temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, outside, and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, outside, yeah, we outside. It's one west on them corners and we outside.
Backstage, backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga. You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest hoeing. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commanding general get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Don't miss out on the opportunity for a quality leather jacket. Yatazar Pale X Diverse City is introducing their Real Nigga University Letterman jacket. Don't be the only one without one. Order yours today. www.diversitymall.com. Oh yeah, and they take Afterpay. So get yours today.
But now check it out. You got the 1969 on that side. Look at that one West emblem on that side right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's real ice drip. Like, that's real leather dripping. You got the back. And then, if anybody ever questioned us putting nigga on the jacket, you got Acts 13:1 engraved right here on the front.
Shout out to Yara Dawn out in Chicago with these badass sweatshirts. I look good as shit in it. God damn it. Y'all should go get one. These badass sweat hoods. UBK Nigga University.
Hoodie season. Used to pick a switch before I took a beat. Now forget the stick, it ain't what you thinking. Yeah, just feel like hoodie season. It's hard on my sleeve coat.
He's the man that came up with the term African American. Right. We from now on we call African American. But now somebody run up on you and say we should leave this place, you turn to them and say, "Where we gonna go?"
They have the American flag, the symbols of red, white, and blue, but it's black people.
Right.
So it's not. They're not repping who they are.
Right.
They're repping the country that they serve.
These leaders that don't care about their community, you know what I'm saying, that always, you know what I'm saying, just focusing on winning gold medals and championships and different things of that nature, and have no thought to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. It's gonna come back at home.
Enough for hearing that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood. Even Emmett Till was somewhat similar. It's once something happens to a white woman, that's the justification to kill all niggas.
New Orleans, at the same city, at the same time as the Klansmen, the Purple Boys had a mass march on the other in downtown, but blocks away, and did not cross paths with that.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Shalom Israel, give it up. You understand? ISUBK, Round Table 2. Y'all know how we do it every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, man. Let's get it in. Like always, got to give it up to the Most High, get the Most High hand. Right. The God of the niggas, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's the whole purpose of this podcast, is to introduce our people into our God, which means we got to get a white man back his God,
right,
and get the Arabs back their God, right. You know what I'm saying? Get a Chinese back their God, and last but not least, get the Africans back. All they stinking, filthy, funky cow behind, bone head rhinoceros eating. God. Also, too, we want to give it up to our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
That's right.
That's ancient. That's his name in ancient Hebrew, but the world ignorantly calls him Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
And here's the thing: if Jesus Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah, then what race is the real Jews? If Christ is from the tribe of Judah and he a black man, you guessed it. You so-called Negroes are the real Jews. You know what I'm saying?
I'm right, sir.
Along with all the other tribes from the West Indies, you understand, Hispanic tribes as well. You make up the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? Also, we got to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding General Yohana. You understand? General Yohana will be joining us tonight via video, you know what I'm saying, in about an hour or so. Hang on, hang tight, hang with us, you know what I'm saying? He's going to come in, drop it heavy, talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about World War III, India and Pakistan over there getting it on. Russia and who else? The Russia fighting who?
Ukraine.
Russia fighting Ukraine. China about to go to war with Taiwan. Yes. I mean, it's a bunch of wars about to kick off. You know what I'm saying? The Black, Hispanic, Native, Indian, man, you supposed to be preparing yourself for war as well. All nations are standing with their people. You supposed to be getting ready to stand with your people as well. That's right. Now, you might say, well, Where's your military? Where's our military yet? Your military is the ISUPK under
Damn
Commander
right.
Jenny Hine. That's your
Damn
military right
right.
there.
Damn right.
All right. Like always, I got to give it up to my amazing hosts that rock it out with me every week. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we got a special guest filling in tonight all the way. No, I can't say all the way because Milwaukee right up the street. I can't say all the way.
Right.
It's a 45-hour drive. Filling in tonight for Officer Yaradon. Officer Yaradon is on injury reserve tonight. That's 2 weeks in a row. And that nigga on injury reserve. Hopefully he heals up and be back there.
That's right.
Damn right.
Filling in for him tonight, we got Captain DeBar Mock. You understand? Formerly of the Chicago camp. Now he's down there in Milwaukee, raising that thing up something real good. You
That's
understand?
right.
He's in the building with us tonight. You understand? To my right, y'all know he's here every week. He ain't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? If he did have something else to do, I'll tell him you got to come here. Shut that down. Officer 5K, Lamar, y'all in the building. You understand? Damn right. To my far right, you know what I'm saying? Rocking it out, you know what I mean? Once a month on the war. You better tune into that war report. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? That war report, you know what I'm saying, is crucial.
That's right.
You understand? To inform you about what goes on with these wars, you know what I'm saying, all over the earth, and to prepare you for what you should be doing.
That's right.
But when Armageddon hit, because Armageddon is coming, you know what I'm saying? Stop listening to these preachers telling you, you know what I'm saying, filling you with lies, and the preacher ain't worried about preparing you for nothing. You know, the only thing the preacher worried about is you putting that tithes in that basket.
That's it.
As far as him preparing you for what's to come, and he can't prepare you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's looking for, he's continued to look from crumbs from the white man's table.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
In here with us tonight, Officer 5K, Iowa Lumbar in the building. Also in here with us tonight, coming off of injury reserve. You was there last week, baby.
Come.
He's not coming off injury reserve.
I brought my doctor's note.
He's still hoping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? In here tonight, Officer 1K Mayad in the building.
That's right.
Damn right. We got Officer Roscoe Rob, you know what I'm saying, on the ones and twos.
That's
You
right.
understand? But also on the night on the edge of reserve, this is Officer Rubberwire. He be in reserve.
Man.
The back. He be, Lord allow, he be back next week. You understand? Also, we want to give a big shout out to Bigo Live, Officer Warrior.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Got the brothers tuning in. We got a ton of other brothers in here as well. I introduce you, let you know them brothers at the end. What's new, Akin? What's going on in there?
If I may,
Please.
you already know what weekend it is.
Go ahead.
There's about to be a lot of wickedness going on. We got Sunday being Mother's Day.
I forgot all about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Come on,
Damn,
God.
Sunday, Mother's Day.
Sunday's
Come on,
Mother's
God.
Day this weekend.
Lord have mercy. You know what I'm saying? Well, Lord, well, that's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, Carnival Con.
It's a rough one in this because 90% of you black women know goddamn well you don't deserve no gift. Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Now what the hell you do? You as wicked as evil as you done been in this goddamn kingdom. What in the hell you doing accepting anything?
Right.
You understand? Somebody need to bring some handcuffs for you. You know what I'm saying? And take you to the nearest jail. You know what I'm saying? For all the crimes that you've done to the black community and the black man obeying the white man and his philosophy. You need some handcuffs. You don't need no gift. I'm gonna just tell you straight out. I'm gonna tell you out of love. Y'all point. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you out of love what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? So I like to call Mother's Day Happy Monsters Day. You understand? Because that's truly what it is.
Carnival
You
Con.
see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So Juan, you had a point. Go ahead. Pass the mic.
You got it, sir.
That they would happen to build that statue in New York Town Square right a few days before Mother's Day.
Yeah. I don't know what in the hell did they put out? What is the point of the statue? Is any story on it? Go ahead.
If I could, sir,
Please.
I believe the point is to shame black women because
Yeah.
the statue they put up just looks shameful.
Yeah.
The stereotypical black woman.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole vibe of the statue, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd like to know who put it up. What was the reason for them putting it up? It's a big ass statue of a black woman who looked like she ready to cuss any and everybody out. I mean, I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? But once again, we live in the most wicked kingdom that ever been erected, you know what I'm saying, on God Green's earth. America, listen, This is it. This is the end all of it up right here. You know what I'm saying? After this, the kingdom of Israel is what's next. The Bible says, you know what I'm saying, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is that which beginneth. I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? The white man's world is finna be over with. You know what I'm saying? It's coming to an abrupt end. Thank the Most High for that. You know what I'm saying? We get the hell up out of this goddamn kingdom. You understand? So what else? Anything else in the, going on my yard?
Cap, if I could.
Go ahead.
I gotta talk about Kanye real quick.
Go ahead.
That's one of the topics for the night.
No, I don't think we're gonna be able to get Kanye.
Yeah, so Kanye just made a song. It got pulled offline. It's called Heil Hitler.
I like it. It's dope.
It ain't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, because in it, he kind of snapping. He said, you know what I'm saying? They froze all my bank accounts. They took my kids. I can't see my kids no more. They took my kids. You know what I mean? I guess I'm a cuck because somebody knocking my wife down.
Yeah.
Like he go in a little bit.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But then he say, me and all my niggas is Nazis. Heil Hitler. And then at the end of it, he got in German one of Hitler's speeches at the very end of it. So you know they in an uproar.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, you need to go. He need to go to the nearest physician and get that medication. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the brother's art ain't good.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But brother, continue to take that medication. And Kanye West, what he should have done after he had that interview with Captain Zaryak, he should have made his way on into the ISUBK. You know what I'm saying? That would have been his best bet. That's what every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. That is your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? To get into, you know what I'm saying, the ISUBK, aka Real Nigga University.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Don't talk that real nigga talk around us, and you ain't standing up to fight for your people. A lot of you think you real. You're not. You're not real. You know what I'm saying? You real to yourself. You real to your lust. But you're not real, you know what I'm saying, to going to war for your people. You know what I'm saying? And to my left, we got Captain Bob Moff. We just went to camp out there in Milwaukee. Get ISUBK Milwaukee a hand. You know what I'm saying? What was you, DA? What's up with Milwaukee? What's going on with the truth out there?
Milwaukee good. It's good for the taking.
Damn right.
I mean, I'm looking at Milwaukee like a brand new woman.
Damn right.
I'm courting Milwaukee.
Come on now.
We gonna bust that thing wide open and make this for real.
That's it.
And like
That's
you said,
it.
like you just said, it was heavy.
Come on.
Because we had, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, we got a responsibility to come up into this truth, to gird up thy loins like a man and do war. I mean, damn, we watching everybody else go to war. We ain't want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just warn against ourselves, man. Milwaukee is absolutely ready to be handed over to our King Christ under command.
Damn right.
We got brothers pouring in. Look, come get me right. We got brothers pouring in left and right.
That's
they
right.
Trying to gird up.
That's
they
right.
Sitting in class, they asking the right questions.
That's it.
And they tuning in. We had a young man cut his dreads off the other day after class. Like we got brothers calling left and right.
Sisters
calling left and right. We got the prison program, the beginnings of the prison program starting to move.
That's it.
So we really just picking up traction. Some shorty hit me up. I'm like, I saw you I saw you at the Cinco de Mayo. I said, you ain't see me at the Cinco de Mayo. She sent me a picture from when we went and did the peace joint with the brother at the park when they had.
Back then. They go to show you putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? All the brothers in ISUBK just graduated. Or if you've been in the UPK for years, man, listen, put your boots to the ground.
Damn right.
Christ said, don't take your light. Christ said, who takes their light and put it under a bush?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what your king said. You know what I'm saying? You be giving the truth, you've been giving the light. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take your light and stick it in front of a bush so nobody can see it. What the fuck is excuse me?
Too early.
What is the point? What is the point of getting this truth and putting it under the bush, man? Get 10 toes down in this work. Once again, we should, in the Passover next year, we should be in the arena. That's how many brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, should be in it. You see what I'm saying? Like match the work. You see other brothers putting in work, getting boots to the ground. Don't sit back and admire. I don't want to be admired.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You see me putting in some work, nigga, match the work. I don't all that, man. Big up Midwest, I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. You see me putting in work, match the work. You see what I'm saying? Give me right on that, yeah. Go ahead,
And listen, what you're saying is absolutely dynamic because No other way can we do this without matching work. Like you got to match the energy, and
That's it.
that's what makes us so strong.
That's it.
UPK, because we've been bred right and raised right.
That's right.
To do work.
That's it.
It's damn near like nobody want to get off the bench, like you just said.
Yeah.
It's your obligation to do that. Everybody want to get off the bench. Everybody want to be Michael Jordan. Well, in here you can be Michael Jordan.
That's it.
Please come be Michael Jordan, because
That's
I'm
it.
tired of dunking the basketball.
That's it.
I'd
That's
rather
it.
just coach.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Man, listen, too much potential out there, Cat.
Man, listen, the white man that trained us to believe that a black man's greatest gift is sports. Dribbling the ball and running the football is a black man's greatest gift. A gift for who?
Right.
You understand? Because last time I checked, who getting paid off your gift?
Right.
Michael Jordan alone, you know what I'm saying? When Michael Jordan played for the Bulls, the economy of Chicago went through the roof when this cat played. Do you understand me? So, you know what I'm saying? That ain't our greatest gift. The greatest gift that we have is our mind. The greatest gift that we got is the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is to obey God's law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
So I'm going to stop it right there. Lamar, where we going first, Chris?
Come.
Let's get it.
First up, we have an article about Tyree Nichols. You know, saying his murderer is being set free. You know, saying, and they ain't gonna face no really any type of charge.
Come on, let's get it.
Come. It's like loading up.
Ain't no sweat, you know what I'm saying? Also, I want to say big shout out to Captain Kapaj out there in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? If you in the state of Indiana or the Indianapolis area, we will be having camp, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? At 1 o'clock. We got the address or whatever. We're going. Let's get it. Get the address from Kapaj. We'll post it at the end. But ISUBK, you know what I'm saying, Midwest will be out and having camp in Indianapolis tomorrow. Come on, meet the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Ask questions if you got them. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? What we at with it?
We got the video.
No sweat. So what we going on to first, Lamont?
We're going into Tyree Nichols killers being set free.
Okay. No sign.
Okay.
And they make it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it right there. That during the video, I don't know if y'all remember the whole time they kept telling him 1,000 times to put his hand behind his back. Now, this brother here this cat was a slim brother. You know what I'm saying? You look at all these cat here. Did any of them look slim? Okay, so you mean to tell me these 5 cats could get his hand behind his back? I will
To add to your point, Cat,
Please.
I don't know if you seen in the video, they was holding his hands.
Yeah.
Right. They was holding his arms.
Yeah.
Hit him upside the head so he can't fall down.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, they saying on the video, they keep saying on the video, put your hands behind the back. Once again, black cops, you get trained by the white man very well to be the devil, just like how he is. You see what I'm saying? Now, could they have put the cuffs on him and stopped this beating? Of course they could have. But they kept saying on the video, put your hands behind your back, because that's what white cops do.
That's right.
And really, they ain't trying to put no cuffs on you. Yes, they had his hands back behind his back and could have cuffed him, but that ain't what they want to do. What they want to do is beat him to death.
Right.
You understand? Like that's your fate here in America. You know what I'm saying? What goes to show you, for all you Negroes that talking about we made progress, what progress we made when a brother, you know what I'm saying, getting beat to death by the police department on video.
Right.
Get me right on this. You know what I'm saying? Like what? You know, go ahead, Lamar.
I was going to say the perfect scripture in my mind is John 8:44.
Go ahead.
You know, where it says, "We are of their father, the devil, which was a murderer from the beginning."
That's right.
To my point,
That's
like
right.
they learned this from the white man's tactics.
That's it.
That's why they serve in police and protect, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Police and protect in the white man's society means protect white people from black people.
That's it.
So when you follow that doctrine, you're gonna, of course, do this to your own people.
That's it.
From my
Yeah,
point,
that's it. Give it
that's
up.
why we always say that joining the white man's militaries, police forces, you are fighting their battles.
Somebody give for me to get where it said the Lord should be the mark in your forehead and in your hand. Go ahead, finish playing this video, Raj. Slug. Okay.
A view of discretion. Watch it. Watch it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, people pretty much, you know what I'm saying, know what happened. We need the story. Can we get the video of them cats in court? It should be something in court where they reading the verdict or the story. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, somebody get the scripture for me.
Come
until they find that.
Come. So
You got it.
Come. You want Revelations 14 and 9 or 20?
We'll say the mark in the hand.
Come
on.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 14 and verse 9.
Come on.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast.
If any man worship what?
The beast.
If any man worship the beast. This is the book of Revelation. You know what I'm saying? Your Christian pastors, they ain't got a clue what the book of Revelations mean.
Right.
The Revelations mean to reveal future prophecies. You understand? And read that part again.
If any man worship the beast.
If any man worship who?
The beast.
The beast is talking about the so-called white man. If any man worship the beast, read.
And his image.
And his what?
And his image.
What image is it talking about? Seizure bullshit.
Right.
That is the image right there. You understand that they gave you talking about that's Christ.
Right.
A man, you know what I'm saying, who historically, Kawan, was a straight up and down homosexual. You know what I'm saying? The cat that painted him, Leonardo da Vinci, they were lovers. And this is who they gave you, you know what I'm saying, as Christ.
Right.
Or whatever the case may be. Keep reading.
And receive his mark.
And receive his what?
His mark.
What is the mark? Christianity. You understand? Black people, man, listen, you have the mark of the beast. You understand? That's what the mark of the beast is. Accepting the religion of Christianity. That's what the mark is. The philosophy of Christianity. That's what the mark is. You know, so how do you know it's the mark? You believe that God think it is okay with you being with another man, homosexuals.
Right.
You believe, you know what I'm saying, that integration is the way.
Right.
You get my point? When integration destroyed the goddamn black economy, you sitting here, you know what I'm saying? At one point, it took, 30 days for the black dollar to leave community. Now it take what, 5 hours?
Not
you know
even
what I'm
that,
saying? 6 hours.
Yeah, they say
the internet.
Internet
here. 10
What is it?
Less than a minute, 10 minutes at the most, but it's usually they say less than a minute. Sir.
Less than a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your money is gone spending with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Keep reading.
And receive his mark in his forehead.
In his what?
In his forehead.
Receiving the mark in the forehead, talking about your mind. You understand? Once again, the Bible is full of symbolics and metaphors. Right. Keep reading.
Or in his hand.
Or in his what?
His hand.
In his hand. What do you do with your hand? Fight. You see what I'm saying? And these cats right here, not only did they have the mark of the beast in their mind, they had the mark of the beast in their hand. When you have the mark of the beast in your hand, that means you go to war for the man that's oppressing you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And black man, how long you gonna go to war in the white man's military? You know what I'm saying? The police is the white man's military. I don't even know. Can't even understand in my soul and my spirit, you know what I'm saying, what makes a man want to be a goddamn cop. Seeing the history of what the police did to us. Now I know some brothers do it, you know what I'm saying, to really want to, you know what I mean, to really want to think they can change and fix the situation. But you can't fix the race relations here in America. The race relations in America is white people on top, and they hate, you know what I'm saying, nigga soul. They hate everything about it. They hate the way you walk. They hate the way you talk. They hate everything about you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Any brothers can chime in you want. Go ahead.
No,
you got it. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Go ahead, sir.
Get out. No, all I wanted to say is, man, that whole mark, man, like let these be identifying markers. That's what it's talking about. A mark. Something that can give you an identifier to see what you're dealing with. What you dealing with are some cats who absolutely hate their own people. Like, listen, if you want to be Christ-like, what would you do? You would read that book and find out that Moses had compassion on his brothers when they was being unalive by the taskmaster that was keeping them in slavery. How could you absolutely look at another man who looks just like you, who got the same blood running through his veins, and think to yourself not to have the right training and restraint to make sure that this man goes home just like you go home.
Right. Yeah.
You would expect that from the beast, right?
That's it.
You would expect that from a beast.
That's it.
And they don't have any manhood about it. They don't have any conscience about them. They think just like a damn animal, man.
Get the hand what he's saying so heavy, but we've been trained to hate one another in here. You know what I'm saying? And we've been trained because white supremacy is all about bigging up white supremacy every day. Images, school, you know what I'm saying? They bigging up their leaders, they selves, and all this and that. So you a black person, you ain't white. Everything around you is white. The commercials is white. You go to school, it's all about bigging up white people. So then you get to looking at yourself like, well, damn, where do I fit in the white world?
Right.
You don't fit in the white world.
That's right.
You understand? So to take out your frustration, you know what you do. You ready to punch another black man in the face. You ready to shoot. You ready to shoot him down. He a victim like you. You ain't gonna go to the white community though, and we ain't telling nobody to go do this.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't telling you to do that, but you ain't gonna go to the white community to go to war. You gonna go to war with a slave just like you. You gonna go murder, you know what I'm saying, a brother who is a victim of white supremacy just like you. You a fucking coward, man.
That's right.
And you understand? That's what you are. You understand that? You don't have to be a coward. You can come here to ISUBK and get right and really fight the war that you supposed to be fighting.
That's right. I'm
You
right.
see what I'm saying? The way that you fight white supremacy is his philosophy, the Christian philosophy. All black men, get up out of that Christian church, man. Get the hell out of that church and then pull your woman out that church. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll be on the road to success. You see what I'm saying? Where we at with it?
Before you even get there, Mike,
Please.
because listen, if any man got an ear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
If you looking at this and thinking that they're not going to use this as a strategic way to push the what we was just talking about over there at the think tank, we was talking about how Donald Trump was trying to give them immunity, the white cops, trying to give all police immunity. He want to give police immunity.
They getting it anyway. I don't even know what the hell they talking about.
So it's damn near, Cap, like they giving you a little trinket to make you think, oh no, it's just not white cops getting off. These 5 black cops got off because they fear for their life.
Yeah.
So now when you looking at the TV and you seeing black men and black women and Hispanic and Native Indian men unalive, guess what happens?
Go ahead.
You want justice, but you got to think about that blue light first. Because look, black cops get off and white cops get off.
Yeah.
And so now you don't even question it.
Listen.
They subtle. They
Man,
very,
listen,
very
I'm gonna tell you something. If you gang bang, you ain't got that video right there. You shouldn't say nothing, right? Because this is what you doing every day. You know, you a blood of a Crip. You shouldn't be on there talking about, damn, Tyree Justice ain't getting no nigga. Them black cops beating them to death. You doing the same thing them black cops did. They beat another black man down. You doing that when you gang bang every day. You ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is that ain't nobody got no courage to tell you, you know what I'm saying, that gang banging is wrong.
Right.
Ain't nobody got no courage to tell you that, but the men in the ISUBK under the manager, we got the courage to tell you. I tell you, I ain't gonna just tell you on the podcast. You know, we speak on the street. That's right. You see what I'm saying? I had many brothers come out there threatening us with guns. Get me right, Warrior. Telling they gonna shoot us and all that.
Right.
I'm gonna keep right on teaching. You see what I'm saying?
Damn
Come
right.
out there with an AK standing in front of the camp. I'm gonna look at it like this. It's my time to go. I'm still gonna teach. I'm gonna teach this truth. Whether you standing there, nigga, you can have a bazooka out there. Nigga, it ain't gonna stop us from teaching the truth. Get me right on that. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And we saying this, you know, not to, you know what I mean, like to down you, but the big, you know, to get you right in the spirit that you supposed to be in, which is to love your brother like yourself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we got this the story on the court. Come on, IG, let's get it.
Come on, sir. This is the New York Times. 3 former officers acquitted of all state charges in Tyree Nichols' death.
All state charges. They ain't charged him with nothing. Go ahead, Priest.
The former Memphis officers have been charged with second degree.
Hold on 1 second. Raj, can you get the video where they did the verdict? Where they gave the verdict, where they announced all of them not guilty, not guilty, not guilty? Go ahead, IG Slock.
Come on. The former Memphis officers have been charged with second-degree murder and other crimes in the beating death of Mr. Nichols. 3 former police officers were acquitted on Wednesday of all the state charges against them, including second-degree murder and the death of Tyree Nichols, a black man whose brutal beating in 2023 stunned the nation.
Mm.
It was the second trial for the three men, Demetrius Haley, Tadarius Bean, and Justin Smith. They were accused of fatally beating Mr. Nichols, a FedEx employee who had been driving home from work when he was stopped by officers more than 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The three were convicted of witness tampering in a separate federal trial last fall.
And listen, and let me tell you something. In America, a black man already know when he get pulled over by the cops, it's a life or death situation. Like we understand, a real black man understand, I'm not a citizen in this place. The rights of America, they don't apply to you.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Right.
So you supposed to be teaching your son that from a child. The laws of this place, they don't apply to you, even though they telling you this. You understand what I'm saying? So you already know whether it's a black cop, white cop, or whatever. If you get pulled over, you already know it could be your traffic light could be off. A traffic light stop for a black man. I mean, not a traffic light, your light being out in your car. Right. That's a life or death situation.
Right.
You not using your signal. That's a life or death situation. For the white man, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like we complaining. We just trying to shine light on the truth. Like that us and white people cannot exist together.
That's right.
We can't do this. You know what I'm saying? My y'all, come on,
Con, so
Breeze.
what you're bringing out is so heavy, sir.
Please.
And if anybody wants to doubt what you're saying, we got to remember this.
Go ahead.
The laws of this country were written while we were still slaves.
Mhm.
We were still slaves when all these laws were written.
Yeah.
And the very police.
But let me
force-
ask you this:
Come on.
was there any black man sitting in there when they was writing the laws?
Lie, sir.
No, it wasn't. That one
Lie,
black
sir.
man.
I had to think. It sure
It
wasn't.
took you back to that picture, huh? When they were signing the declaration.
Right. I'm like,
It was
wait,
all white.
no.
It was all white.
That's like you black Freemason. You think you really a Freemason,
right?
Okay. The white Freemasons, they sit there and have a meeting with you, but they got a meeting that nigga you not a part of. You dummy.
Right.
You dumb ass. White people always got a meeting that niggas ain't a part of, man.
Con. It's
Damn.
And then the very police.
Oh man, I need a drink.
Hey, there we go.
Nah, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I got you, Cap.
Oh, warrior drink. Big old line.
You know it's real when you're doing good work and you get named after the work that you do.
That's
right.
it.
His name ain't a warrior no
Come
more.
on.
His name Big O.
Big old line.
Right.
Big O line.
Go ahead.
But Cap, and then the very police force, black people are so in a rush to join.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To become part of this blue brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Was originated from the paddy rollers that used to chase us down when we tried to escape for freedom.
That's it.
They chased us. They chased our wives. They
Mhm.
chased our children. They sick dogs on us. They did horrible things to our women and our kids
That's
and
it.
us when they caught us.
That's
We
it.
were lucky to be brought back to the plantation in one piece.
That's it.
When they caught us.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And they
Mhm.
wore the same badges that they wear today, Cap,
That's it.
to signify that they were slave catchers.
Same
The
badge. The same
damn
badge that the slave catchers used to wear. That badge you see the police. That's the same one that the cops got right now. Come on, Lacombe. Please.
My mind and all of this, Cap, I'm wondering how these cops, if they have children,
Mhm.
if they have wives, you know what I'm saying, that are hard people, how can they look them in the eyes and say, I love you, after killing somebody that looked like them,
Mhm.
expecting those people to now not look at our oppressors as the guys on your
Mm-hmm. Damn right. Get a brother a hand for that one.
Hey, Cap, if I may.
Please let's let the little brother finish the article because we got Commander Jim. We're gonna pull Commander Jenny Hahn on in a minute. You understand? Let me get a little bit more of this article, then we play that next, Lamar. Go ahead, IJ.
Come.
Go ahead.
The three were convicted of witness tampering in a separate federal trial last fall, but acquitted of a more serious charge of violating Mr. Nichols' civil rights by causing his death.
So these guys was crooked cops.
Connor McCon.
Where they learned to be crooked cops from? Take a big fat guess. The whole police establishment. You know what I'm saying? That's it, right? You know what I'm saying? They telling you, you know what I'm saying, that the police is the finest. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the whole system of cops in America, the whole foundation is corrupt.
Connor
You know, so these cats right here was straight up corrupt. You know what I'm saying? When you become a black police officer, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna take on the same spirit as the white man, which is why you should not do it. Once again, you can't have a race of people that hate you policing you. You understand? Like you understand? You just that doesn't make sense. It's like, you know, that's like like having tigers, you know what I'm saying, in the jungle. Imagine you got the jungle, you saying, well, the tigers, they're gonna be the police of the deer.
Good night.
Of the antelope.
Come on, don't work.
What you think they're gonna do to the antelope?
Kill them all.
They're gonna eat them. Oh,
They
we the
gonna
police,
fuck.
we in charge. All right, ain't no sweat.
Yeah.
That's the same way with the white man. You know what I'm saying?
And Cap, not
Please.
to beat a dead horse, if I can make one point, sir.
Go ahead.
I met a brother a couple years back. I can't remember which one of the police unalivings it was, but this brother had been a police officer for a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He didn't agree with the stuff going on. And he said that he was actually getting ready to quit the police force. After a year being in the police force, he said, look, I'm just staying in here to get my credit so that he can go into law, so he can be a lawyer or defend. But he said in the year that he had been he got out of the academy and that he'd been in that police force, he said that is the most racist environment that he had ever faced. He said the most racism he's ever faced in his life is in the station, in the police locker room, behind the doors.
Listen, that you hear about stories like that all the time. Not only super racism in the police force, in the United States military. Listen, during Vietnam, they said the black soldiers said they was fighting two wars. They said they was fighting against the Vietnamese and they was having gun battles with the white soldiers in the same U.S. military that they was. So the white soldiers, they out there having full-out combat against the white soldiers.
Right.
This what went on. Yeah, what we talking about, huh? And your leader's telling you join these people, forgive these people, out. And y'all supposed to be fighting war against the Vietnamese. Meanwhile, you ducking bullets from white soldiers that got on the same U.S. uniform as you. Where we going? You got more? We playing the video. Let's get the video, Rob.
Authority. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 6. Official misconduct, refraining from performing the duty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 7, official oppression.
What official oppression is what did you not only is the official oppression, but the first thing they said is that they violated their civil rights. When black people then we march from the South to DC for civil rights.
That's it.
Then we do why do you have black people violating other black people's civil rights? It's a joke. It's all a joke. You never had civil rights.
That's it.
It's just a facade, Cass.
That's it.
We're gonna wake up in this joint.
That's it. IJ, come on.
Come on, sir. I'm just wondering, okay, for the cops that unalive this brother, I wonder how their father feel about their kid, knowing that their kid killed another black man in cold blood, as if they were racist white police officers, or if they got children, or even a wife. Like, how does a wife sleep next to a man like that?
That's it.
I'm just wondering.
Like, how does a wife basically sleep next to a coward?
Right.
How do children have a father who's a coward?
Right.
You understand?
Cap, doesn't this further the stereotype that they have about black men? This furthers the stereotype of where we get up and we, like you said, we are afraid. But meaning this broadens, this strengthens the fear that black men have when they get behind a wheel every day. Now, not only do you have to worry about the white cops, you have to worry about the black cop too.
That's
This
it.
is like Boys in the Hood. When he was like, damn, they hate your skin, they hate your lips, they hate your they just pulling you over, they just want to do something dirty to you. And that just enhances the fear that we have in America, which is why you just
I just want to say this point. I'm coming to y'all now. Black people who really love black people got to realize this, that some of our people hate us.
That's
just like America had a civil war. Name me a country that ain't have a civil war. You see, you damn near got to have a civil war to establish, you know what I'm saying, your country. Well, black people, you got to have a civil war against black people that don't like black people.
Damn right, sir.
You got to have a civil war. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then we would be able to be fixed when black people who truly love black people separate from black people who love the white man. And brother, listen, Lord be with them. A warrior, come on.
So like y'all the one,
Please.
what you said is heavy because that's what David had to do in order to bring Israel together as a nation. For Solomon to reign like he had, for him to do it. But also I want to speak on, you can tell that they was going to get out because of the charges that they gave him. That should have been first degree murder, premeditated.
Yeah.
Because the way they beat him, you know that they actually targeted him.
That's it.
But because the charges that they put up against him, you can tell depending on the charges that they give, that's how the people get off. And a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to these charges that you be putting on these police officers.
Damn right. Damn right. Get the brother a hand. You understand? Go ahead, my father's eye. I'm coming to you, Raj. Next. Go ahead.
Back out that these officers was found not guilty, even though you got a camera clear as day showing that they guilty.
That's it.
And you got people who, when they pulled over by the police or confronted by the police, first thing they do is go live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that's
it.
gonna do something.
That's
if
it.
That, you know what I'm saying? These people, the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks
That's
of.
right.
Damn right.
And these people, if they want you to get out, and they run in the judicial system.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? They gonna get off regardless of what evidence they got against them.
Yeah.
Because it ain't nothing, like you were saying a few minutes ago before the podcast started.
Yeah.
What do you got to back you against them being guilty against you?
Nothing. You understand? Because your leaders is punks.
Right.
Like them niggas sitting up there in the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, is they homosexuals off top. There's two things your preachers is doing. They indulge in homosexuality and all they care about is money, and that's it. They ain't going to war with nobody. You know what they gonna tell you when something happen to black people? Man, get up on that. What I want you to do is get up there on that camera and say you forgive them white people, man, because God required that of you. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Then number two, what they gonna do? Tie they gym shoes, they K-Swiss, and they New Balances, and they Nike Air Max, and march.
That's right. Damn. Right.
That's it. You see India and Pakistan, when you violate they people, the reason why India and Pakistan at war right now, because the Pakistanians supposedly killed 24 of the Indian people. And them countries, they ain't have, if you kill one of their citizens, you got to sit across the table and say, well, what did you kill our citizen for? You know, every nation go to war. That's how you establish peace. This is how you make nations respect you. Don't no nation respect you, nigga, when you march. What the hell are you talking about? White people don't respect you for march. Yo, civil rights leaders marched in the 60s. White people looking at you like, that's good. Good job. Good. Niggas give them trinkets, you know what I'm saying? Let's hold hands. Punks. That's punk. That's punk material right there. You understand what I'm saying? But in the ISUBK, we raising up warriors, man. Thanks to Commander Jenny Hanna. We raising up men that's ready to go to war. You know what I'm saying? We ain't marching nowhere. IUIC, they march. Them niggas they Christians, you know what I'm saying? They Israelite Christians. They get up and march. I don't know where they going when they march. You know what I'm saying? Right.
To the BNE.
We ain't about no marching. We about changing lives. We about teaching brothers how to beat their demons, you know what I'm saying, that they have received from their traumatic childhood and raising these brothers up to be men. We ain't with none of that garbage that you talking about.
Sir. Damn
You understand? Please.
Then back in the day, militaries, when they marched to war.
That's it.
What the hell are we doing marching for to be accepted to America?
IUIC, all you see is 1,000 faggots marching, 1,000 homosexuals marching in purple or gold.
Trying to be America.
Ain't putting fear in nobody. Them niggas out there marching, go home and get checked by that woman. I told you to take before you went out there to march. I told you to take that garbage out. You understand? We got clothes in here on the floor. Pick these clothes up right here and go put them kids and lay them down to sleep. You know, and you ain't getting none tonight. That's what IUI. The women check them. You know what I'm saying? The IUIC man ain't checking nothing. You understand? Rise can rap, Slocky. I had to go on that little rant.
That's all good,
Carl, so
absolute truth.
Carl, so
Rise.
we got the general on right now.
We got Commander. Let's bring
Yes,
him
sir.
on.
All right, he's on, sir.
You know?
Yep,
All the
Carl.
water now. Barack. Y'all Shimmy out shot rock thumb.
Y'all about Shimmy out shot like a thumb. What's going on? Big Jack. What's going on, Warriors? How y'all making out tonight?
Man, we making out good, General. We just going over the Tyre Nichols story of those black cops that was acquitted, you know what I'm saying, by all white jury of murder. Murdering the brother.
Right. Once again, that's a man of low self-esteem would take on that kind of a occupation. For you to want to take on the occupier's position of power means you got low self-esteem to rise among your own. You know what I mean? And the problem with it is this. The problem with it is that we are not, as a people, I'm saying, not in the ISUPK, but as a people, we are not rising to the occasion, and our voice is not loud enough. Our people are not moving in sequence like they should. We still trying to revive old 1960s religions when we need to let them listen. They tried their best. They had their chance. They did what they was, but they failed.
That's it.
Right.
They fail, and they programs that you can't be split between two mindsets. You got to have total focus on the Lord's chosen. You can't focus on the Lord's chosen and everybody else.
That's
You got to focus on the Lord's chosen and get what has to be done. You understand? And you made a good point how the Christian church, I don't want to run, but you made a good point how the Christian church has raised up fake Israelites who are trying to do the job of the Lord, but be Christians at the same time. Christ already said you can't serve two masters. You either hate one and love the other, and that's what's going on in these little purple groups and these other groups. You can't love being a faggot and try to be an Israelite. You can't love being, a geisha girl and being an Israelite. You understand? You can't love every African, you understand, on every hill and love the Israelites.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So once again, our people need to be one, just like the scriptures say, and we need to be pushing in the right directions. Like there's a remedy for these cops that doesn't have to mean we lift a finger to harm them or do anything to them. There's major economic power to be utilized from them and from Esau, period, like you brought out earlier as well. Like now is the time to, like the scriptures say, there's a time for all things. And this is not the time to be embracing. This is the time to not embrace. This is the time for us to empower ourselves much, much more. Y'all living in Chicago, one of the most radical towns in the history of Black America. You know what I mean? More revolutions and more movements came out of Chicago than damn near anywhere else in the country.
That's right.
And that's facts. And one of the things that I posted this on my channel, one of the things that the Black Panthers did was that breakfast program. The breakfast program was more deadly to the government than everything else they did with guns, recruiting, radical. That the government didn't care about that. What the government cared more about was the fact that they had this breakfast program.
Right.
And the reason this breakfast program was more dangerous, this is what took them over the top. This is what made them go kill Black Panthers. They understood that this breakfast program meant two things. One, that they would learn how to independently take care of their people. That's something they don't never want us to learn. You could be a preacher, you could take in millions of dollars, you can rape the people all you want, but you can't never organize the people to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? You could have homosexual retreats, you could have all kinds of things. You could put ATM machines in your church. You could do that. You could dress up with the fanciest stuff, buy you all the Rolls Royces you want, But the minute you turn around and say, you know what, I'm gonna take all this money, I'm gonna come together, and I'm gonna show everybody how we survive without being a servant to every single nation, including the slave master that had us in the beginning. You start doing that, and you start messing up the ecosystem of the entire country, because even the heathens live on your blood. The heathens eat your flesh every day. So if you start to do that, you start to harm that system. And so that's what turned them number one against the Black Panthers. Here's the other problem. The other problem that they had in that scenario was this: a 6-year-old or 7-year-old or 5-year-old child every day for years in his early days comes to a place where Black men are in that are disciplined, that are organized, that are clearly articulate, and they see these Black men helping them, feeding them, clothing them. That you cannot now destroy that image of that Black man and Black woman, because this child is seeing strangers who are not the image that you set out. They seeing strangers that are 10 times better, and it does something to their mind. Here's what it does to their mind. As tragedy comes, as they have hardships, as they run into the usual trappings of life, they will turn to their own, because that's who helped them when they were young.
The camera on all the brothers out.
You understand? So they will learn a horrible lesson.
That's
and
right.
brother, that's the lesson that needs to be learned from us. We should learn from these past religions real quick. We should learn from these past religions so we can push them to the side, many of which have already long been infiltrated and long become a religion to just hurt what it is that we've been set out to do from the beginning. And we need to come back and take a whole another approach to all of this. Like you said, marching was cute. It was nice looking, great for camera. Great for the cameras back then.
That's right.
You understand? But there were far more powerful things that those people that filled up the Washington Monument and the pool in front of it. There were far more things that could have been done that would have been changed the landscape of this empire. You go through all of the inventions. We still turning our inventions over, turning our music over, turning everything that we create and dominate and build over for them to just eat and eat and eat and eat while we starve to death. Giant stadiums in cities with tens of thousands of people in poverty. People that can't get groceries, but meanwhile, your stadium selling tickets for $2, $3, $4, $5, $1,000 and more a seat to the white people to drive in from the suburbs and watch Black men do amazing feats. You understand? And then you ride back out to the suburbs, and these people get missed the whole time. We are totally off our mark. So, Locke, I yield.
Damn right. Look it up. So, General, if I may, for the people who may not be familiar or may know about Fred Hampton, who was a part of the Black Panthers, here in Chicago, he was the head of the chapter. Are you telling me, General, the reason them killing this brother was because of a breakfast program?
If you go back and pull the records, now that Donald Trump has declassified many of these records, you'll hear the conversations with Hoover and others, and they said that the Black Panther breakfast program represented one of the greatest threats to destroying the Black Panther Party.
That to me is insane. We talking about a man, where they ran up in his house, riddled his house with bullets. You understand? Over a breakfast program, brother. Not that he wouldn't get it. He ain't gonna get no gun and rush the White House. You understand? Or try to blow up a police station. Black man, they don't even want you to start a breakfast program. Right.
Kill the man in his bed next to his pregnant wife.
Right.
And if you just wanna, if you got the stomach to deal with the real world that we live in, let me tell you what they did the night before.
Come on, General.
The night before they had the breakfast program, this is how afraid they was of this program. They had a bunch of white police vans come up into the location, which was in a church at the time. They was renting it out. And the police officers broke into the church that night and went to the area where all the food was at that was stored up to be fed to the kids the next morning. And they pulled out their rods and urinated on the food in the spot. And then came out, left, and went and raided Black Panther homes. Like all for trying to ease the pressure of the starvation that was happening to us. Because at that time, we was in extreme pain. Because I mean, we were suffering like unbelievably. And we're back in that mode again. Now that you got this president who's determined to shut off every program, wipe out every name, incarcerate every brother that he could get his hands on. So now, of course, our economic state falls even further. And we only have one weapon. We don't have no weapons. We don't have nuclear weapons. We don't have rockets. We don't have bombs. We don't have any of those things. We got one weapon. And that weapon is that brotherhood.
Right.
That's the only weapon you got. It's nice that you have a weapon to protect your family, and you should. Every brother should, especially now. If it can be done legally, you should do it.
That's right.
Okay? You should protect you, protect your family, and your brothers and sisters next to you. That's not the weapon necessary to battle the real enemy. To battle the real enemy, you have to have the things that our absolute amazing wartime commander, you understand, Yahushua taught us to have, and that is to have an unbelievably strength in pushing forward in brotherhood and sisterhood. And it might seem a little esoteric to people that are listening. But what you're gonna understand is what every Black person should be doing now is you should be studying how people survive in different war zones. That's what you should study. How did people who was under siege, you understand, bombs coming down on their city,
right?
How did they survive? What did they do?
Right.
And those things that they did are golden information. And what you'll find out is in every single scenario, every single person created a way somehow to distribute whatever was available to as many people as possible. Like in a war situation, you're going to forget about your own personal safety because you under so much attack. At some point, you're going to lose the fear of that enemy. And once you lose the fear of that enemy, you begin to be able to think clearly. And when you think clearly, you realize I need as many of these people around me to survive.
That's right.
As I possibly can. And then you will begin to move into that direction. Well, we need to be moving in that direction now because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And certainly, as we should now see, which is why the Christian church is so disgusting, as we should now see, there is no white savior. Where's the white movement against blacks and Latinos? Like if you don't learn this lesson now, then you may never learn this lesson. But right now, there's no white savior. There's not one single white man or woman in this country of any prominence that opens their mouth in outrage at what's being done to us and our Latino brothers all over this country. None of them. None of these politicians, none of these white men we loved, no white entertainer, no white newscaster or sportscaster, nothing, not a single word, which lets you know that your situation is worse than the Palestinians. It just hasn't fallen on us yet, but it's worse than the Palestinians. Just like they went to exterminate the Palestinians, the Arab world became outraged. But if they come to exterminate us, they'll just blame us. The whole world will blame us. And you know why? Because the whole world is eating off of us.
That's
So they're not going to say this was the white man's fault and ours as well. They'd rather just say, well, that's their problem. They caused it. They should have did something for themselves. They should have helped themselves when you were robbing us along with the slave master, but telling us we should help ourselves, which meant we would have had to go against you, which was something you absolutely would not allow. You would help the white man oppress us to make sure that you able to eat off of us while we're destroyed.
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. General, we was gonna go into the next story. If you want to chime in on the joint, or we can go to World War III, the one where the brother ran over killed the cop because the cop killed his son. I know if you want to.
That's up to that's up to you. That's up to you. If you want to go into it, I don't mind. You know what I mean? I might have a little bit different opinion than most, but it's definitely it's definitely something to do.
Well, listen, I think it's time for the entire Black and Hispanic world to hear, you know what I'm saying, your opinion, General. You know what I'm saying? We hear the opinion of these Christian leaders every day. That's right. And these so-called entertainers every day. And their opinion, you know what I'm saying, obviously, you know what I'm saying, is leading us down a dark road. You know what I mean? And if I got to big up Commander Jenny Hunter for holding down the truth. You know what I'm saying? The ISUBK is thriving like never before, and it's the right time. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you joining us, General, on the round table of truth.
Hey, I really appreciate being here with you. You know how much I love coming out there to see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all run such a tight zone, man, and such strong warriors. You can't help but want to be around y'all. You specifically, Cap. You understand? You just exuberate the truth and the brotherhood and all things righteous and a care for the brothers and sisters in Chicago like I ain't never seen. I thank the Most High for you. You know what I'm saying? Little did I know when I drove out there, damn right. When I drove out there and spoke out there, little did I know that the Lord would send a prophet to come to Philly to learn and take that knowledge and enhance and expound on it and set out to do something so great and righteous to the brothers and sisters out there, both Black and Latino, and just to spread like a wildfire. And certainly the Lord have dubbed you and put you in that seat. I call you the Midwest Monster of Mayhem. That's, man, that's my favorite name for you. But you are Captain Malquad, the priest of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That was called by the Lord. Certainly your life didn't take the direction it took to this point without the Lord's intervention. You know what I'm saying? So I thank the Lord for you, man. And if the people of Chicago knew what I know, and not just Chicago, but all the surrounding cities, they would be thanking you dearly as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I appreciate
Appreciate you.
I appreciate that, General. What we at with it? Lamont,
come on. So for the whole story with the Ryan Hinson's unaliving and it's the whole process. So we wanted to start at the beginning and get the body cam footage of the young brothers unaliving by the police. Then we'll go to the father, then the grandfather.
Let's get it on. We ready. Let's do it.
First one's a video.
Yep.
If I could, Cap.
Go ahead, Maya.
If I could, Salaki, to everyone watching on YouTube and on Facebook, let's get those likes up. You know what I mean? We got close to 3,000 people watching right now. Let's get those likes up so this can go viral. You know what I'm saying? So they can't deny the algorithm. They can't suppress this truth. So everyone that's watching live right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the round table of truth on the level with all of these other so-called shows and podcasts that do nothing for our people.
Damn right. We ready, Raj? Play it.
Was calculated and premeditated. Cincinnati PD responding to reports of a stolen Kia at an apartment building Thursday morning. 4 suspects then fleeing police. Among them, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. Body camera shows Hinton fall as he tries to run away. Police say they heard a metal clinking sound they believe was a gun. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! On your right! He's got a gun! As Hinton emerges from behind a dumpster, authorities say, another officer firing 4 or 5 shots.
The officer says that he saw the suspect point the firearm at him.
Yes. Just 6 seconds passed between when police arrived and gunshots rang out. Officials say they tried administering medical aid. Hinton was struck twice and died. Investigators saying this gun was recovered from the scene allegedly found in Hinton's possession. On Friday, a day after that shooting and 2 hours after the Hinton family reviewed the body camera footage, according to the family's lawyer, a driver crashing a car into a Hamilton County deputy directing traffic near a commencement ceremony, killing him. The suspect, authorities say, is Ryan Hinton's father, Rodney Hinton Jr. Hinton's attorney calling the officer's death a horrific tragedy. At his first court appearance today, Hinton walked through a room packed with law enforcement.
Stop it right there. Good night. You understand, Journal? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you got? What you got for this one, Journal?
Okay. All right. Let me say this, if I could, Cap.
Please.
I understand how everybody feels about what his dad did because of the loss of his son. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I know that, everybody's feeling like, he did that because of what they did to his son. Okay. And, they halfway in many cases feel not so much that he was right, but that they understand it. Okay. But I'm a military commander of the truth.
Right,
so
I'm right.
I got to think militarily when it comes to these type of events. Everybody, Black, Latino, and Native Indians, you got to go to your son and you got to tell him, you got to say, listen, now, if you commit a crime out there and you go out there battling Esau, trying to commit crimes to survive and to prosper, then one, you are weak. You're a very weak man. And two, you are going to put nothing but grief on me and your mother. So if you make that move, I'm going to cut you off. You got to do that with your kids because you got to give your kids some pressure to not fall weak to local gangs and little groups and they little homies and trying to listen to the internet and go hit a lick or whatever, or steal a car for a few dollars, not realizing that if you steal a car in America and you Black, you put your entire life on the line. You said something that was real heavy earlier. You said if your tail light is out, it could be a life and death situation.
Right.
Like at some point, we got to stop being stupid, like you said. We gonna have to learn that those methods that we want to use to survive are methods that are killing us. They're putting millions of soldiers in prison. You understand? We're unaliving tens of thousands of brothers every year between the abortion clinic and the murder and incarceration and God knows what else that ruins a young Black man and Black woman's mind, rape and molestation. Like, we got to realize the real problems that we have and not just be selfish about what somebody does to ours. Nobody wants to see this devil murder their kid. You understand?
Right.
Who knows what happened? It ain't far-fetched to believe that boy didn't have a gun in his hand, but somehow they find a gun on the scene and the body footage be blurry. I ain't surprised if that would happen. But nobody should be surprised. Why would anybody, after all these years, from like you brought out earlier, from the days of slave catchers to now, why would anybody be surprised at the lowest levels that these animals will go that put on this uniform? They pumped up with steroids. They high on drugs. Many of them have, are super duper narcissists, super authoritarians that was oppressed and ass kicked by their father when they was a kid. They got mental problems. Many of them is on all kinds of drugs. And then you put yourself for nothing, for a joyride, for a few dollars. You putting yourself in a position to take to get your life taken, which is so much more precious. What he could have done over the next 40 years. He's 20 years old. Over the next 40 years, what he could have done in the black community would have been astonishing. But that's how small we think of our lives, and that's how quick we put ourselves in a position to lose our lives. A position that they are creating and that is beneficial to them.
That's it.
There's more tanks in the city, more armored vehicles for the police, more guns, more rifles, more bullets, more policing, more cameras, more surveillance. Like this is what they want. And then we go and do the same thing. Now let's switch over and look at his dad.
God, sir.
He in horrible grief that his son is killed. And that, listen, I don't know what that's like. I've never lost a son. But I could imagine it must be like on to death. You understand? To go through that.
Yes,
but
sir.
But he also should have been trained a long time ago first of all, that this could happen.
God.
He should have been telling his son this could have happened. We should have all been once again, like I said, we're not focused. We ought to focus on the greater good, on the brotherhood of all of us to make sure that all of us are in the right spirit, especially now.
That's right.
So even though he had that grief, look what he did. Like the reason this video is all over the internet, all over the news, and the reason all the cops are in the courtroom, the reason this big pomp and circumstance is because this is great encouragement for white people that hate you. See, look at the nigga. If you give him an inch, he gonna take revenge and kill an elderly retired police officer that was just directing traffic at the end of his career. Look how horrible this is.
Right.
And here's why it's extra selfish. Here's why it's extra selfish. You see all them cops lined up in that courtroom, all those white cops?
Yes, sir.
Lined up in that courtroom. Let me ask you this. After they leave out of that courtroom and they get back in their patrol cars, you think they just gonna have coffee and donuts for the rest of the week and sing Kumbaya and say, how great could we come together?
Right.
I don't fucking think so. Excuse my French.
That's right.
Them low-life motherfuckers is gonna get back in their patrol cars waiting for revenge.
Yeah, right.
They believe in revenge too.
That's right.
They saw him kill one of their own retired, and now they want revenge. So he just placed an innumerable amount of black men in danger. In worse danger. He put them in a worse, dangerous situation because now all them cops and who knows how many others are seeking revenge on that. But when he could have used his time, and not only that, here's the worst part: he can't do anything for his son's name, for black people, for his legacy, nothing. He gets to go get put in a cage like an animal. And they get to parade around him and say, see, look at the nigga. And who does that help? It don't help us.
Right.
When that tragedy could have been greatly used. First of all, hopefully avoided by all of our sons, which is hard to do. But a father, he's got the best ear to his son at an early age. He has the ability to possibly divert his son's, foolishness into something righteous, which is why the ISUPK is here. Now, as the father, damn right, as the father, he could have done a world of good right now. He could have held a flag up where everybody needed to come to and recognize, and then we could have done something bigger in that city. We could have done something that would economically hit them. We could have done something in the courts to do something else with their ability and authority to have anonymity every time they harm one of us. And if we couldn't do anything with them, certainly we could have used his tragedy to wake up a ton more brothers and to create something else for ourselves. Even if it was even if it was one daycare, one breakfast club, one, situation that kids could come in and see his son's picture on the wall and know to not go that route based on the things that they're taught. Like we have options,
but
we don't know we got options.
Instead,
our options is to be just emotional. You know what I mean? Which again, I understand you lose a son. I don't know what that's like.
Right.
But at the same time, unless we recognize that we're at war, spiritual warfare,
that's right,
with this beast, then we ain't gonna do the things it takes to relieve ourselves so that his son and the next son does not have to steal cars to make a living.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it
right,
up,
sir. That's right.
And one last thing, I'm gonna get up off it real quick.
Go ahead, John.
What we don't realize, just to show you how backwards we are right quick in this hell. Black people and Latino people and Native Indian people are suffering so much and need so much help. And we do not have the mindset to say to ourselves, I need a job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and find a way to help my people that they will hire me on this job.
That's it.
I'm gonna go sweep in front of houses. I'm gonna do something that makes my people hire me because they need so much any damn way. I'm gonna get a van and take elderly people to the grocery store once a week because they all need it any damn way because ain't nobody else doing it for them and their sons is in jail. We got to think of ways to help ourselves and get a job that way. And that's how we do in the ISUBK. We got plenty of jobs. You get up in here and do something, and certainly the Lord will work a way for us to get you the help that you need. You understand? You may not be Puff Daddy,
right?
You understand? But you're gonna be better than most. The more we do it, the greater we'll become. And who knows what is available to us. And on top of it all, we win the Lord on our side. I yield to what?
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. So, listen, General, what you saying so powerful. Going back to what you were saying about the Black Panthers, how the brother was just so hated for starting the breakfast program. You know what I'm saying? You bringing sausage, pancakes, and eggs. You know what I'm saying? Is a threat to the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you bringing that out is something that we need to recognize, which is so heavy, is that you Black people got to understand. If you want to look for leadership and you want to look for men that's gonna fix you, it's gonna sound real crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go and search for the men in America, the Black men in America that's hated the most.
That's right.
That's what you got to go search for. And then when you search for them, you got to examine, well, why is these brothers hated? Why is the ISUBK labeled as a terrorist group or whatever, you know what I'm saying, group, you know, in that magazine, right? You know what I'm saying? Why is Commander General Yohana so hated? Why is it that Black people don't know about Commander General Yohana? You know what I'm saying? It's because of what General Yohana was just saying. You know what I'm saying? Because a military leader, you know what I'm saying, before he get to a gun, he's fixing your mind and preparing your mind for war. You understand? And it starts from when a young boy is 5 and 6 and 4 years old. The worst thing that could happen to a male is to grow up in the house where he don't have a father to teach him, you know what I'm saying, how to be militant. And being militant means you do what? You're able to control your emotions. That's right. You know what I'm saying? You're able to do the one thing that America wants you. America wants you to be a criminal. That's why they removed the Black man from the house. They want you to not. They want you to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? They want you to, you know what I mean? You understand? They want you to go overreact and all that stuff there. But you have to have a father to teach you how to control your emotion. You got to have a father that teach you from day one. Not when you older. I'm coming to you, brother. Not when you're a full-grown man, but from day one, you got to have a father teach you when you 5 years old or 4 years old. Son, let me just explain something to you. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
Do you understand? We must remember that Jesus Christ was not loved by everybody. Like y'all, they try to paint a picture now, General. Get me right on this. Like the whole world loves Christ. Right. And when you go on that Bible, Jesus Christ was hated. Why in the hell you think they put him to death? Nobody puts a man to death. Journey, you bring this out all the time that everybody loves. Right. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, was a revolutionary Black man that was coming up against the Roman Empire during that particular time. You know what I'm saying? Which is crucial because that's what we're going through right now.
Damn right.
So
We need
true.
black men to step up, strap on your boots, and get a part of this warfare that's going on in ISUPK. Come on, Captain.
Just to piggyback on what you're saying,
please.
Like, listen, for them, they wanted to demonize and unalive all these men, especially what we do, for wanting to feed our younger generations. And we're not only just feeding out. We don't want to just feed our younger generations food. We want to feed them the truth because that's what's going to gird them up to be able to live the life when we're gone.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
And they want to snub that away from us.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
And
it.
so it's like, where can you absolutely turn? But you can't live in two Americas. You're gonna have to pick one.
That's right.
One America is where you live. The other America is where they live.
That's it.
But one thing I love about Commander Junior Hunter as well is he always shows the photocopy of ancient Egypt and America.
That's it.
And everything that we suffered in America now, we have suffered in past times.
That's it.
And why won't we just study that?
That's it.
Like, why won't we? If we're gonna really look at Kemet, if we gonna really look like big up to Captain Zaryak, the Kemet killer.
Yeah,
if
right.
we're gonna look at Kemet and really examine what was going on in that land, we gotta first look at the demographics that was in Kemet.
That's
You got to
it.
look at the poor. You got to look at the rich. You got to look at how they kept them poor. You got to look at how they stayed rich.
That's
it's
it.
the same dichotomy to today.
That's it.
It
Damn
just,
right.
It just doesn't make sense for us to want to continue to crave America like this.
Damn right.
And like you said, we have to absolutely be unwell.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right, sir. My partner's out. Come on, Warrior.
You know what I'm saying? I just, just piggybacking off what you and the general was just saying.
Camera.
You know what I'm saying? Especially on the breakfast program. You know what I'm saying? And that just further makes you understand that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
Because it's okay for a black man to fight another black man every day in America. That's totally okay.
That's it.
It's okay for a black man to murder another black man in America. That's definitely okay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You getting rid of two stones with one brick. You getting rid of this brother and another brother going to jail for the rest of his life. It's okay for a black man to sell drugs to another black man every day in America. That's
it.
cool. But when it comes to a black man loving another black man, that is a threat to America. You know what I'm saying?
We played the video of the father saying he forget the office.
The grandfather.
The grandfather. Jenna, did you see this video, sir?
No, I didn't.
We got a video of the grandfather saying he forgive the officers that murdered his grandson.
Cool.
We also have the video of the police eyeing down him.
Play the one with the
courthouse.
police eyeing the officers playing them. Yeah, play that one first, then play the other one after that.
Courtroom, sir.
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah, come.
It's crazy because Commander Hunter, what he said was insane. This brother here did this, and now he's absolutely off the board. He's
That's
not
it.
even a piece to be used anymore by the law.
That's it. You understand? Which is why you gotta have like the journal was saying, you gotta have a brother. Brotherhood is a weapon. You gotta have a brother, you know what I'm saying, to be able to tell a black man how to deal with this type of situation when it go down. Because really, it wasn't just one life just was lost. Now 2 lives is lost.
Kana Wakana.
You know what I'm saying?
Kana Wakana. Good night.
And you make cops think that they justified in the things that they do to us.
John Wakana, General.
Thank you, y'all. No, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, like they tried to use General. You see that video, General?
Yeah, I saw the first one. You know,
Go ahead,
I call it the big bad wolf video. That's what they want. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, look at the big bad wolf.
Kana Wakana.
Look at the big bad wolf.
Yes, sir.
But he didn't even use a gun. He rammed them with the car. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But they need him to be the menace of society. That's what we better do. Ooh, see? Now y'all know why we slam them on the ground. This is why we do them all the time.
Yes,
This
sir.
is why we so aggressive. Because if you're not, they will run your grandfather over with a car. They're animals.
General,
That's all. Go ahead, Doc.
General, if I could, get me right on this, General. This is the same propaganda before Hitler exterminated the fake Jews, the Jewish people. This is the same propaganda the Germans used, you know what I'm saying, to
it absolutely is.
Hype up the German people, you know what I'm saying, to basically,
encourage them to demonize this group of people and go ahead and kill them.
Kind, so you know what
And
I'm saying?
we should, as military soldiers for the righteousness of Christ,
Yes,
we
sir.
should see that the minute it presents itself in our mind, we should be saying to ourselves, wait a minute, what's being presented here? Why is this happening?
That's
They
right.
love a story like this. And as they get closer to making moves against us, you'll see and hear more stories. They'll dig up all the stories like this.
Kind.
So it'll be all over the news, and you'll be thinking, what's going on? Are black men bugging out? When the reality is less black men are on the streets today than have been probably since the 60s.
Yes, sir.
Black men are disappearing from the streets.
That's it.
They staying in the house. They ain't going to no stores. They ain't hanging out in no clubs, no bars. They disappearing from the streets to where black women are saying, where are all the black men? What's happening to them? Now they all retreating to the porno and the video games. They said the hell with it. They trying to escape society when in fact they need to change society. Black Latinos and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? We can't just let society roll over us. We got to force society to deal with us.
Damn right, sir.
Going to do is wither away in the house. That's why what we doing on the street and everywhere else, food programs, all of that is absolutely vital and called for by the hand of the Lord.
That's right,
General.
That's right.
Come on, my y'all.
Hey, one heavy thing, sir, if I could, with that video, as I'm watching him, you know what I'm saying? That brother, he got his chin up, he got his head up, and he's staring down that murder brigade in front of him. But as he's walking, I'm looking at him like Proud Boy, KKK, skinhead. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We want to ignore the fact that the FBI, the government itself, the news media has brought out that every police department around the country is full of nothing but white supremacists that have put on that badge and are waiting for their opportunity to engage in a civil war with us. You know what I mean? They get pictures of them doing the 3 fingers down on their belt buckle. That means KKK.
Right.
They got the bald heads. You don't think none of a bald head officer, but that's a skinhead.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They get their tweets and their Instagrams and they're saying all this racist stuff and they're in support of the Blood Tribe and all these new era groups that have come out.
That's right.
That's what that brother, the ones that are standing right there in the front line trying to look so intimidating, those are the white supremacists. Those are the hate groups. They made sure that they stood front line for him. Sir.
That's it. Go ahead. Come on, Cap.
Give it up for my guy.
Damn right.
Because what you're bringing out is so heavy. They're gonna go and try their best to console this officer's wife who got unalived by this incident. You know what they're gonna say? We're going back on the streets. We're gonna go right back on the beat, and we're gonna make sure that we make more of them suffer. We're gonna make sure that they know that we're not playing about our Conrad. See, they have a brotherhood. Imagine, and I pray this never has to. We never get to experience none of this. But imagine somebody taking me from you. How would that make you want to react?
Yeah, right.
They don't have the restraint and the discipline given by the Spirit of the Lord to not make them go out there and unalive any of us.
Right.
And then so not only are they the officers or the FBI, they are teachers. You understand? These are the people who teaching your children. These are the people who are at the doctor's office. Every aspect of this entire country is absolutely racist. It's inherently racist, right? So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So what they want is blood.
That's it.
Because they lost a brother.
That's it.
Well,
That's
all
it.
we asking for is life. We want brothers to come in here and be a preventative measure against what they have planned for us because they coming up out of the mountains. You see what they did at the what they was coming in on the Hebrew Academy. They ready to come out.
They shot out the Hebrew Academy, Captain McCod. Yeah, I mean that video went viral. I'm coming to you, Warrior, but what you bringing out so heavy. Like, we got to understand something about white people, man. You black people and the Latinos, you got to understand this. You worse than an animal. A lot of people say they look at black people like an animal. To them, you worse than an animal. What I mean by that is when you lose a son, white people look at it like you ain't got no pain.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They remember, you know what I'm saying? They looked at the slaves and said, well, they don't feel pain like we feel pain. You see what I'm saying? Like the white man got more sympathy for a damn golden retriever than he do for you. You know what I'm saying? Let a puppy get killed. White people lose their mind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They ready to call, you know what I'm saying, animal control or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let a dog get killed, man. You gonna feel the brunt of white people, you know, when a dog get killed. But when a black or Latino man get killed, nobody cares. To you worse than a damn golden retriever and a pit bull, you know what I'm saying, or a dog. Your life means nothing. And who want to live in a society where your life don't mean nothing? Who want to live in a society where when your son leaves the door, you got to worry about if he get in a traffic stop, he may lose his life because his tail light is out. He run and the police say, well, he had a gun. You know what I'm saying? And the family come and say, well, he was a good kid. White man always talk about he got a gun. You can almost guarantee if the cops chase a Latino child and say they got a gun, you can almost guarantee more time than not they didn't have no gun.
Right.
We grew up in the era where it was nothing for detectives and white officers to slap some drugs on you, you know what I'm saying, and take you to jail. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's been the devil. He always gonna be the devil, you know what I'm saying? And we need to separate, you know what I'm saying, and take our love away from these people, which is what Commander General Hunter been teaching for damn near 50 years.
Damn right, sir.
You understand, Warrior? Please. Yeah. Kong, let's get it on. General, you there, sir?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got a brother from Big O Live. He got a question or a comment.
All right.
Go ahead, brother.
I just had to ask a question because I understand what you guys are talking about. What this brother did, his actions, I do not agree with. But I don't think this is a time for us to down this brother. Because I've watched you guys, and you guys say you guys are you're prepping for war because there is a war coming. So he took a shot. So what would you tell the other brothers to not take that shot? So that's like my first part of my question. The second part of my question is, man, can y'all go about a different way? Because this brother, like he was ready for war.
Say again.
Can you hear the brother?
I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I hear everything he's saying. I was going to let him ask the second part of his question and then answer both of them.
Colonel Wakan, sir.
Ask the question again. Ask the second part of your question.
All right. The second part of my question, it is coming from a little emotional side. Because can you guys not put this brother down for doing what he had to do? If you guys are ready for war, this man was ready for war too. I get he was a crash out. But the first part of my question, I really would like you guys to answer. What would you tell brothers to not make the same mistakes he made?
Right. First of all, let me say this. We've been at war. It ain't a war coming. We already in it. And that's why we doing what we do and have been doing what we're doing. Number one. Number two, this brother did not take a shot. This brother took out his 45 and shot himself in the leg. That's what he did. Okay. He while we was in the bush, down in the woods, being quiet, waiting on the enemy, this brother popped off his gun and gave away our position. That's what took place on a spiritual level. Furthermore, we care for this brother more than you. Because we would not have what the value of this brother not going to prison is tremendous. tremendous. You think that running over one retired cop was a shot against the enemy, and it cost us the life of a brother in a cage for them to parade around like a monkey? You think that was a worthy price that we paid? Of course not. And second of all, we must always, in the UPK, understand this about the UPK. We're not personal with what we stand for.
That's right.
Understand how you feel, and like you said, is emotional because you understand what he went through. You understand other cats that this went through. Like I said before, I haven't lost a son to police violence. So I don't know what it's like. I haven't lost a son, period, to any of those type of things. So I don't know what that's like. I could imagine the pain and suffering that he's gone through. But to be a soldier for Christ, you can't be emotional. You're going to have to carry out your orders like a straight soldier. You're going to have to bury your emotions very, very far deep. And you're going to have to carry out the orders necessary to help your people. You got to get off of you and get on all these people walking around on the street. These strangers riding on the bus you see, these strangers on the train, these cats blasting their music with smoking a blunt in the car, these cats hanging out in the park. All of those people are your responsibility.
That's right.
You ain't got time to be thinking about your own feelings and emotions when it comes to this battle. You got to wake these people up. And making a move like this does not wake these people up. You hurt yourself and these people. You understand? So we're not down in this, brother, but every brother has to learn from this. Like, do you want, like, if we stay quiet, that means fathers don't go home and talk to their sons. Fathers don't do that. Fathers start to fix their mind to doing the same thing he did if something happens to their son. And do you think that that's going to help us go forward? No, it's just going to get a bunch of brothers incarcerated and killed. That's what it's going to do. You understand? We have to let every young brother know about the tragedy of, like, to this day. Okay, I'm just telling you me personally. To this day, I got to call Esau, the white man, one of the greatest propagandists in the world, because after so much incarceration and so much death, you would think that we as black people would know that using crime as a tool to survive in this country, selling drugs as a tool to survive in this country is an absolute brutal mistake. And the only way that we would believe to still do it is if this animal that's over us has given us so much propaganda, so much emotional feeling about being a gangster and selling dope and handling your business and not being a punk. He done gave us so much emotional injection of that bullshit that now we almost cannot stop doing the shit, even though we know it end up in death for damn near all of us.
That's it.
Death meaning incarcerated, in a wheelchair for life, blind, and of course, plenty of us dead. Broken families, no fathers, all of that. Like like what is being pushed here is so wrong. Like, if anything, he should be angry at himself and his son for doing what he did and keep perpetuating this evil thing that goes on with us. Again, I totally get it, how a father would feel if his son was killed by these devils. I know I would feel like that. I'd have to call the brothers, man. They'd have to take my guns out my house because they're gonna know what the hell I'm gonna do. And they're gonna sit here just looking at me for hours, if not days, to make sure I don't run out that door and do something stupid.
That's it.
But they're gonna have to do that. And if in the brotherhood they do it, it's because, brother, we got to think beyond us.
Damn right.
So ain't nobody down that brother. We use that brother's tragedy to help every brother coming along.
Damn
you understand?
Right.
He should be, and listen, when he sit up in that cage for 10 years, after 10 years of them abusing, if he's still alive, because he's going in a cage under their hand. So if you saw what happened in New York City, big shout out to Azania, how they dragged that brother into the medical room, choked him to death and beat him to death in the medical room. And to this day, brothers are still trying to figure out what did he do that was so egregious that made them brutalize him in such a way and break his damn neck. Like once again, you giving them just another reason to take revenge on us when we need a reason to take revenge on them. That's what we need to be doing. You understand? Like you know what we need to do? We need to give me a city. Take all the brothers in Chicago and stop them from committing crimes and put on that jacket and line up with them boots and become soldiers. That's how you take revenge on this devil. You understand?
That's right.
You understand? Then you take them soldiers, brother, and you start having community police forces or private security over black neighborhoods in Chicago to further stop the crime, to further stop the drugs. That's how you take revenge on that bastard. You understand? You shut his world down. Then you stop buying in the Korean store and you open your own Chinese restaurant. Nigga Chinese food. That's how you take revenge on this bastard. That's how you go to war with him, man. Then you open up your own supermarkets and your own schools, and you set up all of that up under his nose. And when he come acting like, why y'all being such separate? This is racist. This is whatever. Then you just pull the latch back on that sewing machine and let him know that this is our survival. This is what we do to survive. That's how you take revenge on this devil. Not making him feel like he got the proper enemy. Black people could never be an enemy to white people. We just too destroyed. We are too destroyed to be any kind of enemy, to even be organized or come together. We need men that will desperately bring us together at any cost as a people to work together. And brother, we'll see the results. We see it in the ISUBK. We see the results right now.
That's right.
We watching the results right now. Like we have kept more young soldiers off the streets, out of danger. You understand? To where I had to have Muhammad teach classes on telling young brothers not to act a certain way when the cops roll up on them. Young brothers would come to camp, cops would roll up the camp, and they would start moving away from the camp just out of instinct and fear when them damn cops come up. And they had to learn over time, no, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You're not breaking no laws. This is a legal event. Stand where you are, follow orders. Look at the commanding officer, see what it is. And as brothers start to grow and learn that, guess what? That fear and these things are gone. They could do so much more. Brother, what I could have done with the fearlessness of his son, for his son to be that fearless to go take somebody's car, put the cops on a high-speed chase, jump out the car armed if it's true, you understand, and start to move. You know how important them 4 soldiers are. You know what them 4 soldiers could have did as a team. You know what I could have done with them? I could have took a fucking city with them.
Damn right.
You understand? But instead, they in the grave and they in a jailhouse. And they're gonna get worse, and they're gonna get worse time because of what the brother's father did. They're gonna get worse time. They'll find some federal attachment or some bullshit to add to them and try to serve all of them up 20 years.
That's right.
That don't help nobody out, and it got to be brought out. The brother, I know the family is upset, and the family don't. That's why nobody don't like the Israelites. They don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to be faced with what's really going on. You understand? And if you care about him, if it was my son, I would say, this motherfucker, how could he go out there stealing a fucking car? We could have came together and got him the money for a goddamn car. I would have been so mad at him for getting himself killed over a bullshit ass Hyundai. I would have been furious with him.
That's right.
About it. And then I would have been thinking of ways to not let the next son fall into that fucking trap. Brother, that's the hard truth. You know what I mean? You go to church now, they're gonna cry for you. Gonna put their arm around you and cry for you and tell you it's a tragedy and all of that. And then after the service is over, they're gonna go back home and say, that's just another nigga loving to kill and commit crime. You better find Jesus. And they're gonna not give a damn about you. But you know what? UPK, we ain't built like that. We lost that soldier. We lost 2 good soldiers. No, scratch that. 5 good soldiers over a Hyundai. 5 soldiers over a bullshit ass Hyundai. That's what we lost.
That's it.
And you tell me don't say nothing about it? Nah, brother, you don't understand.
Damn
you don't
right.
understand because there's 5 more brothers getting ready to steal another Hyundai.
That's
I
it.
pray they hear this show and recognize that that's not real masculinity and strength. Masculinity and strength come from us. I yield to what?
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. If I could just piggyback, I know you want to say something too, Lamar. And just another thing, you know what I'm saying? I said the brother got the name Israel, you know, attached to his name or whatever. If you got that name attached to you, then you got to understand that vengeance belongs to the Most High, number one. You know what I'm saying? And by vengeance belonging to the Most High and Christ, you know what I'm saying, being our commander in chief, you understand, whatever the case may be, Christ is going to bring warfare to this white man like something you could not believe. But Christ also commanded Black and Hispanic men, you know what I'm saying, to be what? A good soldier of Christ. And being a good soldier of Christ means do what? You got to go to war with yourself before you can go to war with this white man.
Damn
like
right.
Black men got to learn how to do what? Not be drug addicts. You understand? Not be murderers, not be rapists, not be homosexuals. That's our war right there. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Then we are listen, Christ gonna deal with the white man like something you could not believe. The white man already know it. That's why he got the damn space military right now, because he know a nigga named Jesus Christ is coming back to deal with him for all the crimes that he done to Black people. And a real military leader, once again, fixes the mind of the souls of the people first. Man, listen, we too destroyed to be talking about going to a physical war fed with the so-called white man. Are you insane? You know what I'm saying? We got a ton of broken families, our women, you know what I'm saying, our enemies to us. So we got a lot to fix before we can even think about a physical warfare. And the Lord know that, which is why Commander General Hunter is telling you what he's telling you. Why we got to fix the mind of these soldiers first so they can become soldiers for their people. Right now, they ain't becoming soldiers for their people. They out there calling them YNs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they telling them to be YNs so they can lose their life at an early age, so they can go to jail at an early age. You got to understand how to fight a war. The warfare start in the mind first. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? A brother going out and killing the cop, like the general say, that dude's nothing. They gonna beat the hell out that cat every day in that jail. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll be surprised if he don't die of starvation. They may poison his food or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out of the order in which the Bible says to go. The Lord know you want revenge, but you don't get revenge right at this point in time. You understand? First and foremost, you got to fix yourself first, and we gonna get our revenge when we start doing what the hell the Most High say to do. Like you can't jump over what the Lord say. The Lord say keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You want to go to war with the white man, but you don't want to do what the Lord say to do. It don't work like that. That's right. You got to do what the Lord say first, and then we the only people on earth that have a living God. That's right. The white man ain't got no God. The Arabs ain't got no God. These other nations, they ain't got no God. The one people who got a God is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You the only people that got a God. And by you having a God, God damn it, you got to do what the fuck he say to do, man. That's right. He said, don't be a homosexual. You got to do it. He said for our women not to be whores. Our women cannot be whores. He said don't eat certain foods. You can't eat that food. Right. He knew what the fuck a good father say to do. So don't worry about no fucking war when you ain't ready to do what the fuck your daddy say to do, man. Yeah. That's just so important to have a father in the goddamn home in the first place.
I'm right, sir.
Hey, Cap, can I add one little thing to that?
Please, sir.
That you said this brother has the name Israel up there. I hope he's not part of one of these fake Christian groups because they run by homosexuals. And these groups are teaching you brothers totally wrong. Even though they Israel, and wearing fringes, but they are teaching you a Christian gay form of the truth.
So
and
like,
it is,
sir, the brother say he a Muslim.
Okay, then okay, beautiful. Good for him. Because fake Israelites is worse than even being a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But we could get into that on another story. But here's what the Lord said. The Lord said this, agree with thy adversary while thou art in the way. You understand? Like, you know, like I see this all the time, all over the social media. Cats beefing with the cops and ending up getting shot, choked out, paralyzed, all kinds of stuff going. You got to fight them Edomites in court, because they got power over you right now. You got to fight them. There's other ways to battle them. You just have to go through the steps. I know it's aggravating. I grew up in the Bronx, and them Edomites, brother, they terrorized us in them projects every damn day to where, if not for the Lord, I know of at least one incident where my brother had to save my life because I was definitely going to do something I shouldn't have done. Which would have hurt everything I've done from a teenager to now. Like from that teenage level, I was about to get taken off the chessboard, and I realized now how grateful I was that he stopped me, that he was able to be strong enough to not let me go down that road, because as a result, I did so much more for later on. You dealing with this beast, man, try to deal with him with all your shit right. Try not to cut the corners. Like, he got all these fees because he waiting for you to not pay for that registration. He waiting for you to not pay for that inspection. He waiting for you to not go get that light repaired because he know he working you to death. So then here comes his opportunity to have power over you in that immediate time and to do harm to you. And you should know you are the target. And here's the worst part that we don't know as Black men and Latino men, that you are extremely valuable.
Damn right.
You feel what I'm saying? If the brother can still hear me, you are extremely valuable. You can't just allow yourself, for your ego's sake, to go get incarcerated, go get killed. You understand? And if you already been incarcerated, you should know how much time you lost of things that you could have done. You know, and you know what a big problem with a lot of us is? We don't believe we could fix us because everybody else failed. So a lot of times in our heart of hearts, we like to talk about this stuff, but we don't really think we could change anything. You got me?
We gave you something.
Okay. But we don't think we could change anything. Let me tell you something, man. I wake up every day knowing that one day we're going to change all of this because we're going to come together. And I'm going to grind out to my last breath to make sure it happens. And you should know how valuable you are, that we can't afford you spending time in a cage. We can't afford none of that. We need you out here on these streets fixing whatever the damn problem is. I yield to water.
Yeah, right. Give it up. Hold on something real fast, everybody. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, and Jenna, if we're gonna take a 5-minute break, play a song or two, and then come right back and jump right into the World War III stories that you want to get into, Jenna, if we could.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll make it short because it's getting late, right? Little short breakdown on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So everybody hang tight. Don't go nowhere. Grab your popcorn. Use the bathroom. Whatever you got to do. We'll be right back in 2 to 3 minutes right here on the Round Table of Truth.
Back row.
Burner in the low jacket, my cocaine got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gone on my way, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that black work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. We back on the set. Give it up. Yeah. And go about to get into it. You know what I mean? The story about World War III. I know Pakistan and India over there getting it on. You there, General?
Yeah, I'm here.
You understand? Pakistan and India over there getting it on, General. You know what I mean?
Yes,
sir. I want to know, you know what I mean, what time it is with this World War III, General, if we could.
Khan Wakan.
I think they're pushing the pieces a lot closer. Now it could die down, it could get worse, but I tell you what it's all about.
Come on,
you know what I mean? Like that, we don't know if India got them people killed or Pakistan got them killed. Either way, somebody wanted the two sides to go to war. And one of the main reasons they want them to go to war is because China has poured billions of dollars into Pakistan. What China is trying to do is build like what they call a silk highway straight all the way through the country of Pakistan. They done built ports, nuclear plants, high-speed trains. Like they done modernized Pakistan with billions, but it also put Pakistan in a precarious situation because in a war, Pakistan may not be able to protect all that infrastructure, which means China got to bring troops down in there. You understand? The U.S. wants to cut it off because, of course, that means China gets richer and richer, and it hurts the U.S. and their economy.
Right.
And the goal is, here's the goal. The goal is to get into Iran. It's hard to show you without a geographical map, but Pakistan shares a border with China and Iran.
We're gonna have the brother, if I could, General, we're gonna have the brother pull the map up if we could.
Yeah, let's pull the map up. Because those borders are the back door to Iran. Like in that conflict, they want to get in there and get to Iran. The whole goal right now is to get Iran. And the reason for that goal is because Iran is on the cusp of nuclear weapons if they don't already have them. So they need to get India and Pakistan at battle so they can shut down China, so they can use that corridor to get up into Iran and try and shut Iran down. And the Israelis have already fired on Iran. Iran already blew up one of their airports. So they already in the middle of a skirmish, about to go full tilt. But now here's the thing. If they get into that war deep and they move on the southern part of Iran, Iran is gonna move on Saudi Arabia. And it'll be total biblical prophecy. You give me a second, I'd like to read it. It'll be total biblical prophecy.
Damn right.
Oh yeah, that's a good map right there. Can you make it bigger on the screen?
So like I said, that's the map of the Silk Road. So you know, our enemies don't do anything new. So back in the days, China had what was called the Silk Road, and that was how they established a trade route to the west, to like Western Europe and the Mediterranean. So this is the exact same trade route that they used about 1,000, almost 2,000 years ago, and they're back on that path right now.
But now here's the difference, right? Can you make this map bigger? Wait a minute, no, never mind. I can make it bigger. Okay. Here's the thing. If you look at that area called Dun Hong, and you go straight down from Dun Hong, straight down into that sea below it, which is really the Indian Sea, but I believe they call it something else. Might be South China or something like that. That road is one route that they want to go into that area and control all of that area on the lower half of India. The other road from Peshawar, I think it's called, that is, just like you said, the old ancient route that they used to use to get down into the Indian Sea. Right, there you go. That's the old ancient route. They don't want to go around India this time. They want to come straight down between India and China and cut into that road right there, which is really Pakistan, which they really the same people.
Right.
And so all those billions is piled up in that area right there between them two. And they want to get all of that area. The U.S. wants to see that area shut down. Because again, if you go on the other side of India, that's Iran and all the other areas over there. And this is what they want to get into and destroy through Peshawar as well. They want to come in the back door and attack Iran. But the problem is you see Arabia right next to it, right?
Right.
Once they attack Iran, they got to stop Iran from attacking Arabia. And if they attack Arabia, if you look on that same line coming from Gaza through Arabia, you see that little tiny area? That's not all Arabia anymore either. That whole lower part that you're looking at, that's Yemen, who are allies with Iran. So if you look down towards the bottom of the part that says Arabia, there's two tight little, real tight squeeze, right? That's the Straits of Hormuz. All them oil tankers got to come out of there. All that trade got to come out of there. Most of what Israel gets comes through there. If that war spreads, they're gonna cut off them straits. They cut off them straits and invade Arabia. If Iran invades Arabia, that's the end of oil around the world till that war is over. They're gonna shut down everything dealing with oil. Gas prices gonna go through the roof. Machinery, everything gonna start shutting down. Everybody's economy gonna get crazy. And if China and Russia get the Brexit off before they do it, that means they're gonna have their own economy, which means the dollar is not gonna have nothing to stand on because the oil gonna be cut off, or at least close to cut off. And then you in the full World War III. Then everybody got to get in it to stop what's gonna happen. That's what you're gonna have after that. So you got Pakistan on the other side of India, right there getting ready to get into it with them, and you got Iran on the opposite side, ready to get into it, and Saudi and Yemen below them, and Saudi Arabia above it. So this means a lot if it goes into Iran. It means a whole lot. It's just a little update, little bump. But once again, the Lord's showing us He's bringing more of them into this battle. Also, too, something that was shocking, it was a little shocking, was that Turkey went and sent arms and troops down into Pakistan.
Khan, I seen that.
Khan, which is, now that's a NATO country.
Right.
Means they going against NATO and against the West and arming this country all the way down here, which all of this is problems. All of this is problems because they didn't expect it from Turkey. Let me read just one scripture and I'll get ready to get up off of it, all right?
No, you good, Johnny. Go ahead.
Slice, so you want me to pull the scripture for you?
Johnny still there?
Yeah.
Con, so we can hear you now.
We can hear you, Johnny.
Oh, okay, Salaki.
The brother asked, would you like him to grab the scripture, General?
Yes, please.
Slice, so what scripture?
Oh, I'm
do you
sorry,
have?
Isaiah 21:2, which show you we're getting closer and closer to this war, this whole war. And let me tell you why it's so spiritual and beautiful. It's spiritual and beautiful because the more they start to prepare to move against us, the more every time they ship brothers and sisters that are the Lord's chosen people up out of this country, they bring the whole world closer to the Third World War. Like this is happening as a direct result of what's being done to us. No, it seems hard to believe, but the Lord loved these 12 tribes.
Damn right, so.
And He's coming to get them. Go ahead,
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 21, and verse 2. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously.
That's right.
And the spoiler spoileth.
Right. Isaiah began to see this vision of what it was that they was going to do and how they were going to do it, and how bad it was going to be. And this is how he took it. Of course, we don't take it like this now because we've been living comfortably in America. But this is how it's being taken around the world. Go ahead.
Go up, O Elam. Besiege, O Media.
Right. Elam is the East Indians. Both Pakistan and India, they the same people. They just separated by religion. So the Lord is saying for them, the Indian side, Elam, to go up to Media. And that Media is part of the family of the Persians and the Medes. The Persians and the Medes are the Iranians. Media is the southern part of Iran. And the Lord is telling Elam, India, to go into Iran. So we're going to look forward to seeing that coming up down the road. Go ahead.
All the sighing thereof have I made to cease.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore are my loins filled with pain.
Right. So he's saying he made the signs to be at ease, the sign to be at ease, meaning he taking off the suffering vibe on India. He's making India. You see how they got all angry with Pakistan? Like they changed that old Bollywood shit. They ain't gonna be making them movies in a minute. all that dancing shit and all that they doing, they've been to flip all that. He done took the sign away, and now they getting ready to get good and grisly for some war. Go ahead.
Pangs have taken hold upon me, as the pangs of a woman that travaileth.
Right. When Isaiah saw this, it was like, whoa, I can't believe this is going down like this. This is going to be horrible. Go ahead.
I was bowed down at the hearing of it. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. My heart pained, fearfulness affrighteth me, The night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me.
Go ahead.
Prepare the table which in the watchtower. Eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. Verse 6. For
And
thus have
when he said ye princes, anoint the shield, it's talking about Saudi Arabia. Like y'all get ready too. They're gonna invade Iran, and Saudi Arabia gonna quickly come behind it. Go ahead.
For thus hath the Lord said unto me, Go, set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth.
You're right. Let that watchman declare what he sees. Let him tell you how this is gonna go down. And that watchman is us. We those prophets, man. That's letting everybody know exactly how this is gonna go down. You know what I mean?
So
once again, it's hard. The scripture said we walk not by sight. It's sometimes hard to ignore what's in front of you and to focus on the prophecies of the Most High. But that's what we got to focus on. That's where we get ourselves out of this condition, obeying the Most High and walking the walk He asked us to walk, and we getting up out of here. Go ahead. You had a question for me?
So there's this the boss. So I had a question about verse 3.
Go ahead.
It said, pangs have taken hold upon me as the pangs of a woman that travaileth. Is this him seeing the conflict that's happening, but it ain't yet happened yet, but he can see it building up, and then it's just he ready for it to happen. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, like he's seeing the Lord is showing him the vision of it. And as the Lord's showing him the vision of it, you ever been in a situation where you get butterflies in the stomach? Okay, well, he in that situation where it's so frightening to him what he's seeing that he getting butterflies in the stomach. And he said, as a woman in travail, because he knows that these are the signs that bring us to Christ's kingdom. Like these are the signs of travailing that bring us to Christ's kingdom. So these pains to him is like he's pregnant, like almost like I'm pregnant, you're about to have this baby. And if you could imagine the same thing, like you watching the vision, having that fear in your stomach, and your wife sitting next to you having the same pain in the stomach, but hers is because she about to have that baby. That's in essence what he knows is happening.
Count on cons at the water.
Camera.
Verse 7. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Nice and fast.
And he cried, a lion, my lord, I stand.
And he cried a lion because that was the symbol of the Saudi Arabians. Remember, they got the lion with the wings on the back. That's their symbol. And that's why he said when he saw these soldiers coming, it was just a few of them. And they was on asses, meaning they weren't the super baddest of soldiers. But they did come. And as a watchman, he said, my Lord, I see a lion or lions. Go ahead.
I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. And behold.
So in other words, that's a lesson for us to be vigilant, watching what's going on in the earth, watching these heathens and watching what they're doing as we war day and night to bring our people together, to wake our people up and wake them up. We also examining these heathens. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven image of her gods he have broken unto the ground.
Right. So in other words, as you begin to see this unfold, this starting with this invasion, just know that it's a very strong sign of the complete fall of this empire, and that all their gods gonna fall. You know what I mean? So as we getting closer, we don't know. They could back down. They could calm it down. Every nation is trying to get them to calm down. I didn't know they hated each other so much. That Pakistan and India, boy, they hate each other. Something ridiculous. And they've suppressed many of our people. You got many, many, many groups of our people that have been living in there for hundreds of years, separated from the rest of the other nations but living in their country under their language and under same like here in America. You got plenty of them that the Lord is going to rip up out of that place. Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 10. O my threshing in the corn of my floor, that which I have heard of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, have I declared unto you.
Right. Oh, my threshing, meaning, you know how you thresh wheat, you cut wheat down. He's saying that's what he's seeing. He's watching this threshing on the corn of his floor, meaning right before his eyes, right in his time. Go ahead.
The burden of Dumah, he called to me out of Seir. Watchman, what of the night? Watchman, what of the night?
Right. Dumah is in Saudi Arabia. Dumah is like right on the edge of Saudi Arabia and the northern side of Yemen. And he's saying, what am I seeing here? What is this? Watchman, tell me what's going on. Go ahead.
The watchman said, the morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire ye, return, come. Verse 13, the burden upon Arabia and the forest, and Arabia shall ye lodge.
Right. And they're going all the nomads, I forget what they call them, cats that live in that desert, that don't live in no houses and just roam that air. What do they call them again?
The Bedouins.
Bedouins, right. Bedouins, all of them now. And the soldiers coming from the other side, from over in Iran, they're going to all lodge in that area. They're going to start invading that country. That country is coming next in this prophecy. Go ahead.
O ye traveling companies of the damned. Verse 14.
Right. That's their soldiers. The Saudi Arabian soldiers pushing back up against Yemen and pushing back up against India. Go ahead.
The inhabitants of the land of Timah brought water to him that was thirsty. They prevented with their bread him that fled.
Right. In other words, they basically weakened them because they lived so good with their oil. They had water, they got bread, they done lived good. And they weakened them that would have escaped, made them stay when they should have got the hell up out of there. Go ahead.
Verse 15, for they fled from the swords, from the drawn sword, and from
they ain't gonna be built to fight these countries. They done lived too good off of that oil. They ain't built for this yet. They think they built for it, but they not. Go ahead.
And from the grievousness of war. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, within a year, according to the years of an hireling, and all the glory of Kedar shall fail.
Right. The glory of Kedar shall fail, meaning, according to this prophecy, Saudi Arabia going to fall in this war. That place is going to fall. So much records of us as a people are going to come up out their country. So much secrets that they've been hiding for years and years and years are going to come up out their country. Because they got the records. It's all up in there. But it's now going to get cut off, and that country will never be the same. The whole world will never be the same.
Right.
If this escalates into the way this prophecy is laying it out. It may die down and calm down and get good or whatever for a while. But it is definitely eventually getting ready to escalate into something else. And once they go up in that Saudi Arabia, they'll probably never get out. That's probably pretty much, they're going to be close to the very end. They're going to have to go after that. They'll probably drop a nuclear bomb on Iran, if not before.
General, a brother got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Salaki Adawan, it's actually more of a statement. You know, we battle the Muslims on bingo. And,
right.
You know, they actually try to use the scriptures to put Muhammad in the Quran, in the Bible.
Right.
We ain't broke this down to them and let them know it's talking about the destruction of the Arabs, not Muhammad being in the Bible.
Right. It's saying, read that line again.
Khan. Verse 16, for thus have the Lord said unto me, within a year, according to the years of an hireling, and all the glory of Kedar shall fail.
Now, once they read that verse, if they know what Qadar is, then you're right. They ain't got a leg to stand on. And whenever you battling Muslims, make sure you do not let them get away with anything to do with Islam when they are not an Arab. You got to hammer them with that shit out. Like they want to argue a scripture or argue a prophecy or argue something that Muhammad said, you understand, on the hadiths and all of that, but don't never want to argue that you are not an Arab. Like you are just like in the garden, you tying fig leaves on yourself.
That's it.
You trying to be somebody that you have nothing to do with. And it's such a shame because we gave that religion a chance. They had a chance in the 60s. They was the big boys on the block in the 60s. And every prominent Muslim left black Muslims and joined Arab Muslims.
Right. Okay.
Every last one of them did. And still do to this day. Many of which don't even want to be associated with that organization. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God's people and serve the Arab God. You're gonna have conflict. When people come to a certain point in that, they go to serve the God of that religion. They leave serving black people and then go serve the God of that religion. Which prominent black person left black Muslims, joined the Arab Muslims, and did something great for black people? Name me one.
You'll be waiting for that answer until next year.
Yeah,
exactly.
God.
Exactly. Instead, all they do is get paraded around by the Arabs to make that religion for the Arabs look great. You know what I mean? Like, remember the one guy, the Palestinian music guy, went and took Tyson and had Tyson in a Muslim outfit, taking pictures with him. The young brother that just got arrested recently for conspiracy to murder other gang members. They took a big pictures with him and had him dressed up in the outfit. So those Arabs get to use prominent black people or famous black people for their own propaganda to make other young brothers join that religion. And the brother, listen, if there was nothing else to worship, there was nothing else that was truth, then Farrakhan would be the best option. Why? Because at least he is focused on black people, at least for the majority of what he's doing. You understand? But none of it is any good. Why? Because that religion is focused on the Arabs first. That's why he got to make statements about Gaddafi and statements about what's the name of this new guy, Burkina Faso or whatever. I forget how to pronounce his name.
You talking about the cat from the Indianapolis?
No, the guy from Africa that
like T something. Start with a T.
Yeah, it's not even important because, of course, their fight and their war and their situation, one, is part of biblical prophecy, and two, it takes us off of the focus of us. It takes us like those people are going to go to war, and guess what? The whole world is going to hear about it, and they're going to support them. You are going to get crushed under anybody that wants to crush you, and the whole world is going to blame you and not them. And that's the difference, and is why we should never focus on another religion. You cannot serve black people and serve the Arabs. You just can't do both. And every prominent black people, I could imagine how much cash those Arab Muslims have collected from so many well-to-do prominent black people, and how much has Farrakhan lost from that money not going to him. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be sitting up in Chicago out with all the greats. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Mike Tyson, all of them that became Muslim. They supposed to all be in his presence right now. And I'm sure some of them support him in different ways and certain stuff like that, but they go and give the glory to the Arabs We are not Arabs. We should have no commitment to any Arabs. We should have no commitment whatsoever to the Arab world, no matter who they are. We should not have any brotherhood with them. We should have, because what have they done for us? Their countries have not stepped up and said, we want y'all to organize. They know. You think they don't know how to organize? They know how to organize.
Right.
They taking over Caribbean countries right now. They know how to organize. You think they don't know how to organize us? Help us set up our own leadership panels. Help us move into different networks. They know how to do all that. How can they do that and empower us and still make money off us? It ain't gonna work. Like the more they empower us, the less they get.
Right.
It deletes their ranks. Before you know it, there'll be black Muslim mosques that will be discriminative against the Arabs. You think that they want that? Of course not. They're just giving us a little bit of that religion to attach ourselves to it and to stay in a subservient position with them. We should not fall for it. We got to be completely independent from every nation.
That's right.
So I didn't mean to do. So that's just to answer the brother's question. That's a good point you brought out about them on Bigo trying to battle you and come up with different ways to attach Muhammad to certain scriptures. And at this point, most of them now have basically conceded that they have to accept the Bible. But I remember the days when they didn't accept the Bible. I remember the days when they said only the 5 books of Moses are true. The rest of the Bible is a lie. That used to be their credo. Now, all of a sudden, you in other books, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and they acting like, well, this scripture is talking about that, and this scripture is talking about that. But meanwhile, you saying the book is tampered with and got no proof that it was tampered with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let me tell you something else too, man. I've been over to that side of the world. Many of their prominent mosques are set up with almost like a shrine for somebody that died. They got all kind of prominent Muslims that have a full-fledged tomb inside the mosque. And they're going in that mosque and, touching that shrine for that person and praying to that person. And I mean, like somebody that really examines the Muslim religion would know that that's not us. That's not our legacy. Black people, we cry and mourn over the dead, but we don't worship the dead. That is not our style.
That's
what I mean? Latinos, West Indians, all of them. We don't worship. We don't be keeping no dead body around. Levites, well, a little bit, y'all been a little crazy, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, we don't do that. So yeah, that's good. You smash in the morning, but please do not let them off with, make sure the conversation got to be peppered with, but you're not an Arab.
That's it.
Why are you arguing with me about a religion and you're not a part of a conscious community as well? That's why they fell under Tazariot. And now they're trying to regroup in the Caribbean to try to get new followers. But the word is coming down there too. And of course, it's going to eat them alive and it's going to break their heart because they're going to have to find out, just like the Benjamites found out before, that Haile Selassie is not a god. And neither was he Jesus Christ.
Damn right.
So we're going to find out the same about this conscious community. It's wonderful. All that information about Egypt is wonderful for a historian, but it ain't us. That's not, like why, study Egypt all you want if that's what you want to do. Look at all the records and the writing and the this and that. Now they say they found some huge thing underneath the pyramid. That's wonderful. Go ahead and research if you want to, but don't try to change your nationality now, dumb. You know what I'm saying? like you find out some information about somebody else's country, and now you want to be that country. Like that's you know what I mean? That's ignorant, and the amount of low self-esteem that generates is disproportionate. I didn't mean to go on a tangent about that, but I will finish this up if y'all don't mind. Was there another question, or can I go ahead?
No, John, I just wanted to say, General, what is the epitome of why blacks and Hispanics, want to avoid serving, the God of our people. We want to run to the Arabs, We want to run to Christianity. We want to run to Pan-Africanism. We want to run to Buddhism. Why is it that our people are avoiding the one and true God that we should serve and turn it to other nations' religions?
It's two reasons. It's one, it's many years of brainwashing, and it's also fear. I'll start with the brainwashing. In the 60s, the Muslims was teaching the Bible was tampered with. They was teaching that. They were teaching the Bible was tampered with. Don't listen to that white man's book. That's the book the white man used to enslave you. Blah, blah, blah. They pushed that very hard.
Yes,
in the 60s and 70s and even in the 80s. They pushed that very hard. And black people took hold to it like that was right. And meanwhile, never knew that that was a black man's book. It wasn't until we got a bigger voice that black people realized, wait a minute, this is not a white book. And let me tell you something else. And on the other side, those that wanted to join the society became a Christian who was teaching that Jesus was white and that Jesus's way was right. So of course, so what did you have? You had black people that wanted to be pro-black, being taught the Bible was tampered with, and that it's a white man's book. And so those brothers that was more radical, more black, got away from it. Then, of course, on the other hand, you had Christians teaching those that wanted to join society, those that was in many cases of a little bit higher education. They was being taught that Jesus was white, but that he loved everybody. So you can join him. And so we ended up in both of those camps, totally brainwashed. And then to add insult to injury, the so-called Jew turned around and began to create black mosque in Harlem. And teaching black people to convert to Judaism. They wanted to get in on the cash cow too. Muslims was making money and getting big. The Christians was making money and getting big off of the people. So they jumped on board and came down from their white synagogues and set up black synagogues. And of course, black people thought it was the most amazing thing in the world. And black people started joining these black synagogues. And so now you had all three of these religions completely brainwashing us against the scriptures. And peppered in all of that, the Muslims, because the black Muslims was influenced by the Arabs, they were calling the Israelis a gutter nation, a gutter people. You know, if they was basically taking lines from Adolf Hitler and applying it to the so-called Jew, which made black people never want to be a Jew if you was a Muslim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Christians, to keep their money flowing, they said Jesus died for everybody. So we don't have to go by that Old Testament. So you don't have to listen to what the Jews said, which made us reject the Jewish thing and join on to the white Jesus gonna save our lives thing. So it was total propaganda working on us. Now, when we began to wake up in the 80s, we was already breaking ground from the 60s. But by the 80s is when we started to wake up. That's when anger came up into all three of these religions. And they really became pissed that we was teaching black people that really the Bible's a black man's book. And really that those are the chosen people, that we were the chosen people in the Bible, and was cutting their religions. And so that anger made them create fear in us. Muslims were extremely intimidating during the 80s. Like Muslims would be, you know, they was like running basically like a gang in some situations. Not all, but in many situations, they was using very hard, strong arm tactics that made people afraid. Christians, I just ostracized you, made you out to be filthy for not joining a church, or considered you a sinner or something filthy if you didn't go to church. Sunday came and they were all in the diners and all over the neighborhood in their Sunday best and shopping in the malls and all of that. And if you came out with your sneakers and your sweatsuit on, they knew you didn't go to church, and they treated you like you was filth. You know what I mean? They didn't want to stand next to you in the supermarket or you know, or treated you like you was another people, and then began to preach in that mindset. You know what I mean? That's why people like Obama came out and said stuff like, you ain't a man because you just had a kid. In other words, they were ostracizing the part of Black society that would not join that church. And so as a result, Black people became fearful and Latinos became fearful. And everybody wanted to walk the line on what it is that they want. But it took strong brothers from the Israelite School of UBK that held they damn ground. And while they were all touting proudly their philosophies, these brothers went out on them street corners and reasoned with Black people and Latino people and Native Indian people. Just straight up reasoned with them. How could this be true? How could your religion be real when this is happening and that's happening? And then eventually got confronted, of course, in many occasions by those in these religions who are still to this day trying to battle us about those religions, when in fact we've already disproven all of them. We've already shown that they have nothing to do with us as a people. You understand? And as a result, but they're still trying to hold on. So I just wanted to give you that synopsis on that question. Salakia, I yield.
Nah, that's why I
run so long.
Appreciate that, General. Damn right, General. General, did you want to finish the scripture?
Yeah, let's just finish it right quick if we could, Akim.
Come, sir. Verse 17.
Oh, you at the end. Okay.
And the residue of the number of archers, the mighty men of the children of Kedar, shall be diminished.
You hear that? The Lord going to diminish Saudi Arabia in this battle. Go ahead.
That's right.
For the Lord God of Israel have spoken it.
That was the last verse, right?
Come, sir. That was the last
one. All
one.
right. That's it. So that's what this potential is. This Indian-Pakistan war has the potential to drag into Iran, which would raise Iran up to go to war down in Saudi Arabia, which will create a real mess in the world if it's allowed to go that way. Now, it's still early in the game. The Lord may not let it go that way, but it could. You know, Israel could just decide to drop a nuclear bomb on Iran and change the landscape of the world. Who knows what these people got planned? Right. But they all know they playing for keeps. At the end of this, they know it's winner take all. You know what I mean? If your country don't make it out of this, you done. You're gonna be slaves for the next 1,000 years.
Damn right.
Between the technology and AI and all this bullshit they done created, they know if you fall up under another nation now, it's almost no way of getting out. But that's why we hold our faith to Yahushua, because Yahushua gonna be the game changer for them. Right. While they facing each other off, they're gonna come and see the power he's coming with them 200,000 angels, and they're gonna be like, yo, we got to take him off the chessboard if we got any chance of winning. But the problem is they ain't gonna be able to take him off the chessboard, which means every empire in the world is going to fall. And once they fall, brother, like the scripture said, those gates will stay open day and night. All the wealth of these Gentiles got to be brought in. It's gonna be insane. How much we gonna gather up and how much is gonna go on, and how much repair these heathens are gonna have to do to the earth. And you're gonna be living in a place, you're gonna be living in a goddamn wonderland of power and authority and wealth and safety and peace. And you ain't, somebody gonna say, man, they still having skirmishes down there in Bangladesh. You're gonna be like, you're gonna turn to them and say, oh yeah, what kind of food is that? Is that the latest treat? Hey man, I think we got the latest dessert over here. Tell me more about it. You're gonna be like, nah, brother, we talking about a war over there. Oh, okay. We ain't seen war in so long. That's how you gonna be living.
Damn right, son.
You're gonna be living a totally different world because of the power of Yahushua. And the Lord, both the Lord and Yahushua are gonna get the recognition they deserve. So I yield.
Damn right, sir.
Damn right.
Listen, which once again, the water general for coming on, breaking all that down. You know what I mean? I hope y'all got that. You're gonna probably have to watch this again in the morning or watch it another day. You know what I mean? Everything the general was saying, which is why our brother shouldn't crash himself out. You know what I'm saying? On being a criminal here in America, that you got to realize, Black, Hispanic, Native, Indian man, this truth is worth it, man. You understand? Following our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Commander Jenny Hana is that ladder to lead you, you know what I'm saying, on following the real Jesus Christ. Y'all don't understand how important this brother is, but General, man, we thank you, you know what I'm saying, for holding on to this truth and being a ladder, you know what I'm saying. It's very important that you have a brother to show you how to follow Christ. Paul said, be ye followers of me, even as I am of Christ. You know what I'm saying? So, General, what you doing with this truth in the ISUBK is monumental. We can't say that enough, General. You know what I mean? So we appreciate it, sir.
Most High in Christ. Can I just say one thing, if I could, Malquah, before we go?
Please.
Like, this truth that been handed down to us from Christ is so valuable to us, and I'm gonna just show you a small example that could have done so much for us. One, if his father would have known and been taught that the scriptures say we are to be reincarnated, he would have known that he's going to get that boy back. That he didn't have to just jam himself up on top of it. He would have got that boy back.
That's right.
He would have known that, and it would have been helpful to his grief to have known he was getting him back, and then he would have worked towards that day that he would get him back, which would have been working towards the kingdom of heaven. Like learning this truth makes you avoid so many obstacles that would otherwise just wipe you out. And I know sometimes you just want to flex out and just show these devils your power, but Christ said, revenge is mine. Wait till I rise up to the prey.
Damn
You
right.
guys, you're going to see a day. You're going to get every ounce of your revenge in that day.
Damn
you know
right.
what I mean? Like the scripture said, we're going to sing aloud on our bed with a two-edged sword in our hand, binding not just any old cop. We're going to bind the kings with feathers of iron.
Damn right.
That's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I
right.
yield. The water too, the water for having me. The water for Yahweh Shai for giving us this truth.
Damn right.
Damn right, sir.
Man, again, we want to big up Commander Jenny Hanna. You know what I mean? It's been excellent, you know what I mean? Round table of truth. Again, we're gonna go ahead and salute the general out before we close on the show. Allah Wap Pun Yah.
The water Akim. Yahweh Shemiah Shabraka Thumb. The water for having me, Akim. The water for having me, Cat. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
You know what, General? Listen, you can catch, you know what I mean, for those tuning in who may not know, you can catch Commander Jenny Hanna every Monday night.
That's right.
On the Black Watch.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying, from, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Catch Commander Jenny Hanna on the Black Watch. Tune in to everything ISUBK. Go to ISUBK.com. We got a school in damn near every city. If you want to learn this truth, you know what I mean, please go to that website and get in class. It's very important that you get in class and learn this truth. Jenny Hanna just broke down what's taking place with this Third World War. And if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we at the end. You know what I'm saying? And we're not hopeless. You know what I'm saying? Our King is in Jesus, in so-called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. We do have hope, you know what I'm saying? And it's in that brother, you know what I mean? So take hold of this truth, because this is all we got. This is all we got right here. I want to give it up to my host, you know what I mean, for rocking it out as normal. Catch the round table of truth. Every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, we get it on right here on the round table of truth. And man, please support us, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, like the page, and man, let's continue to push this truth. To my right, I want to give it up, you know what I mean, to none other than Officer Lamaki Allen Salaki. I'm so used to going to you first, Lamaki, you understand? Also, go ahead.
I just want to shout out something real quick.
Please.
And so always go like, follow, share, subscribe, all the round table of truth. Social media pages. If you want to make a donation, there's a link in the chat. But I want to let you know that ISUBK Chicago, Milwaukee, and a lot of other Midwest zones will be in Indianapolis tomorrow. Under Captain Kaposh, under Captain Commander Jenny Hanna. We'll be out there on the corner street of Washington Street and Meriden Street tomorrow from 1 p.m. until. And not only that, we always got to shout out our next coming up events in the UPK. We have Charlotte, North Carolina. They will be having and starting off the UPK's cookouts. You understand? Their cookout will start off on July 3rd. So make sure to go out, save your bread up, and go attend and support those brothers out in Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, we got to make sure to shout ourselves out. Chicago, we will be having our own Midwest Fire Weekend like we do. I believe this was the 7th annual or 8th annual. You understand? We'll be out here July 31st through August 3rd. You understand? So make sure to save up your bread, get your family, your friends, all Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Go support. You understand? Get yourself prepared for one hell of a year in 2025.
That's right. That's right. You know what I mean? Also, I want to give it up, you know what I mean, to Captain DeBar Moth, you know what I'm saying, the captain over Milwaukee, you know what I mean, Wisconsin, for joining us tonight. Any closing words, Cap?
Oh, shoot, man. Just this, Cap. If you're in the Milwaukee area, you in Wisconsin, period. Just make sure that you give us a call if you want to soldier up. This ain't for everybody, but if you one of them real niggas and you want to graduate Real Nigga University, you make sure you give us a call in Milwaukee.
That's right.
At 414-293-3869.
Damn right.
You understand? Somebody will pick up the phone for you. We'll always be at the school. Just come through. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And besides the phone number, what's another way that they can get in contact with ISUPK Milwaukee?
So you can go to ISUPK Milwaukee. It's the same on all platforms except for Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and TikTok. TikTok and what else?
YouTube, Instagram,
okay, now YouTube, now Facebook is UPK Israelite. No, it's UPK Milwaukee Israelites. All right, so but just reach. And if you can't find us, trust me, we're gonna be in the hood or somewhere. You know what to look for. Look for them intimidating what you call jackets from them all black. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many people stopped us and was like, man, I seen y'all online, man. I seen y'all them same jackets, man. I seen them. Look, y'all are sitting here talking to stop traffic.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just come on out, man. Give it up to Big Captain Mall Quad, man. The big Midwest Monster Mayhem, man. The whole entire squad. The water for having me out here, man. I love coming to Chicago. This is a home away from home. Now that I done made it home in Milwaukee.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Love all you brothers, man. Excellent work, y'all.
That's right. I want to also give it up to Officer Iowa alum. RJ, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, Comic-Con, sir. Make sure y'all check us out. The end of this month, May 29th, the last Thursday of this month, we're gonna be running the War Report. Who knows what we're gonna be talking about? seeing the way this place and society is heading towards. So make sure y'all check us out.
That's right. Give it up. Get up. Also, you know what I'm saying? We got all in here, Officer 1000. Maya, anything you want to say, Maya?
Hey, Comic-Con, so if I could, so like you tune in every Saturday, that's every Sabbath day, to ISUPK in your local area. Tune in to ISUPK Chicago for the Sabbath service where we read the scriptures in ancient Hebrew and then we break them down into English so you can get a proper history. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said there's nothing new under the sun. So you can see how it happened then and how it's going down right now. You know what I'm saying? Also, pay your tithes.
Damn right, we forget.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
10% of every increase that you get should go to the Most High.
How many increases?
10%.
Of how many of them?
Of every increase that you get should go to the Most High to support the work of the Lord, to support this truth, to support waking up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans all across this world so we can get out of this captivity. That's all I got.
Give it up. You know what I mean? I want to give it to our brother on the technical team, Rob, you understand, working the ones and twos, you know what I mean, doing this thing, you know what I mean? Big up to Officer Warrior and Bigo Live as well, all our supporters on there, you know what I mean? Also, we got in the building Officer 5000 Kawan Matabak in the building, you understand? We got Officer Arum, give him a hand.
Right.
You understand? We got Officer LeCum in here from Milwaukee as well. And we got Officer Mapatazar in the building. You know what I'm saying? I am Captain Mall Quad, under Commander Junior Hunter.
That's right.
Like the brothers are saying, we will be in Indianapolis tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing at camp. You know what I mean? On that microphone.
Damn
You know,
right.
we up there in Chicago will be there. Southern Ohio will be there. Kentucky will be there. Milwaukee will be there. Even St. Louis will be there. It's a Midwest invasion.
That's right.
What they say hide? What, Cap? What they say hide?
Listen, when we come like that, two things you gotta hide. You gotta hide the liquor, and you got to hide the women.
That's
you know
right.
Listen, specifically speaking to this on the women, I would tell you just like this is. You sisters in Indy, you better present your goddamn stuff.
Damn right.
I ain't chasing you. You know what I'm saying?
Present thyself.
Look up, give me right.
Self-approved.
I ain't chasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, big up to all the brothers who chase these. Man, I ain't chasing. Nope. You better present yourself before a priest
in a real way.
In a real way. Right. Other than that, shalom.
That's right.
That's
Majority of the world is telling a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman what they want to hear.
You know, what we need to do is try to come together as a race of people and stop being persecuted and murdered in the streets.
And when we worship the God that of these other nations, we give all of our resources and all our love and dedication to their gods.
That man is supposed to be the head of the household, hands down, period, point blank, because he will lead you correctly.
Yasha my Allah. Give everybody a couple seconds to go ahead and write that down.
Wife is going to be a mother of nations. She's going to give birth to kings. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine that?
Don't miss out on the opportunity for a quality leather jacket. Yatazar Pale X Diverse City is introducing their Real Nigga University Letterman jacket. Don't be the only one without one. Order yours today. www.diversitymall.com. Oh yeah, and they take Afterpay. So get yours today.
But now check it out. You got the 1969 on that side. Look at that One West emblem on that side right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's real ice drip. Like, that's real leather dripping. You got the back. And then, if anybody ever questioned us putting nigga on the jacket, you got Acts 13:1 engraved right here on the front.